night.
Game night.
Game
Hey.
night.
Derek he's doing the surprise reveal there. Hey, everybody. Hey, Scott's in there. Matt Milder. Let me get his name right. After years of saying it wrong. Hey, Michael's in there, too.
Yeah?
We are
It's
here.
It's like, there's another Twitch viewer. I'm pretty sure their name is actually Lord Eben, but I've been calling them Ebon for years. And I
Oh,
actually said,
Ebon, yeah.
That's never going to change. I hope you're okay with it, and he is. So.
Well, I've been calling him Lord Ebon, too, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got back from the cruise on Monday night.
Yeah?
The cruise was done that morning, but we hung out in Seattle that day and then came home that night. And then, life gets in the way and working and crazy. We had the final SDJ stuff, which was mostly done. Mostly. Actually, I didn't review 2 of the videos because one of them wasn't edited before I left. But I had so much to do on that final weekend before we left, the week before on Monday or whatever it was. But I got it all together, and then we just had some weird glitches with the music that the GameNight uses is not in our library that we use, so we have to put in some codes for all that stuff, and it's just crazy. But we are awake and here, and after more stress this morning trying to make sure the video... It's funny, I waited all night for the video too. One other video, the stuff went through right away. That one, 2 songs got hung up, and I waited, and I had the GameNight put a ticket in, didn't get cleared, and I'm like, forget it. I woke up early, just re-uploaded it, put the code in, went right through, no problem. It's crazy. I don't quite understand all that stuff. Literally, like, instantaneously approved.
I don't get it.
So I wrote them and told them, hey, I just re-uploaded the video. Don't worry about it. I hope they don't have to pay for those codes. I'm pretty sure they don't.
I hope.
Anyway, but we have burned through a lot of them. I feel like they've given us a bunch of them, and we're down to almost only a few left. Hope everybody's doing well. We are here today to play the Indiana Jones Sands of Adventure. It's weird, Sands of Adventure. Okay, but I guess this is the Raiders of the Lost Ark one.
It really is. I don't see any other movie
references.
Hey,
Dancing Desi. But yeah, we have not seen the movie yet. We want to, but it's already pretty much out of the... Hey, there we go. Wonder what the deal with the audio.
It's trying.
It's
makes
even worse.
it more like...
It's what do they call that? What was the...
Frantic.
Grunge. No, but not grunge. There was like
32 more
plugins that they used to have. Remember the video plugin that like scratched everything?
Oh.
It was probably grunge, but I don't know.
Industrial?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, it's more like industrial, I guess. Better than the Dial of Destiny. Better title than Dial of Destiny. Okay, well, I don't know what the story is, so I don't want to know. But
yeah.
But Glitch, yeah, that was one. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, Glitch. There was Twitch.
Yeah, there was you used
something
to use
for
it.
After Effects.
Yeah,
I think it was Twitch.
I think Glitch was one of the ones that we actually used that Scott found at one point in time.
Yeah.
It's been so long. Goodness gracious. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Hey.
Thank you very much, Dancing Desi. That's 32 months, so that's nearly 3 years. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, we've been doing this for a while. Haven't stopped yet. The movie is great, according to Edwin.
Yes, I was just waiting to say it.
Sub sandwiches.
I jumped in there. But
sandwiches are great? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 32 months of subs. That's a lot of sub sandwiches.
he did do 32 months, Scott. He was saying shout out, but you maybe missed it.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
I
it's
did.
delayed.
I did.
He did. He did
I was
his
talking
little...
to it, of course.
His little...
Yeah.
The coolness.
32 months.
Yeah, Scott's not feeling great. That everybody's gotten is just. It's harder to travel than you think. Even though the cruise was absolutely relaxing for the most part, you know what I mean. Other than Nikki was, we use like a different service to get this something that Seattle offers.
Yeah.
To bring your bags from the cruise to the airport.
Port Valley.
And believe me, it's free and it was awesome.
It was very helpful. Especially for staying in Seattle for a day.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Scott says he got COVID, came home on Tuesday, had COVID. We are still negative.
Yeah.
I sure hope we stay negative. Nikki's visiting her mom tomorrow.
Yeah, I tested last night. I was still good. Good to go.
Yeah, it's it's hard. There's people all around. You're doing stuff with people, and it's unfortunately not really over. But we're doing okay. Thank goodness so far. We'll see. We still have never gotten it, so COVID. Yeah.
I don't think my household ever got it too. We had technically when my
yeah,
son was sick one time, he tested positive for COVID, but like he was down for like 24 hours and nobody else ever got it. So I think that might have been like a failed result or something on the test.
Yeah, you can have.
It didn't seem like it was actually COVID.
Yeah.
But
well, we definitely haven't had it. I mean, everybody says we have probably mild, but I mean, we haven't really felt bad. Like we've had a couple of, I don't know.
And I've had some scares where I thought, or I got sick and I thought, oh, is this it? Do I have it? And I've never tested positive technically. So
yeah, we
never experienced what I've heard from.
We've
other
never
folks
even had a false positive, so we got lots of tests. Whether they're accurate, who knows? But but yeah, we did go to a new game store. We went to a new game store in Ketchikan. That is actually probably better than any of the game stores in our neighborhood. So if we go to Alaska, we can get to a great game store. And they were very nice. Had a really great store.
Yep.
And I guess they only open at noon, but maybe on, I don't know, boat days.
Because we were there.
Yeah, maybe because we were there.
Because they invited anybody from the boat to please come.
And I think they were there the week before. I think they went to Ketchikan, maybe. I don't know. The other cruise actually had a slightly different schedule of visits, and they didn't go to. Nobody went to. What is it? Skagway, yeah. The train ride up there would be awesome. But we did that before. So, but yeah, it was cool. That was a nice little town. Actually, a really nice little town. And then we also went to Juneau, and we went to what was the other one where you got off? Nikki went on a hike.
That was
Sitka. Yeah.
The same place. It was the same place because remember we were racing around
that's
for
right.
me
That's
to
right.
have
It was
lunch
Ketchikan.
before
That's right.
I went
Sitka was
on my walk.
So what was the deal with Sitka? Did we just chill and did we ever get off the boat? No, we didn't ever get off the boat. There you go. Sitka. Sorry, Sitka. It was not exactly close though. I remember that we were basically at a harbor.
Yeah.
And so wherever you had to go was like a tram ride or something like that. So we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
I've only done cruises like 3 times, and me and my wife, we're still so new to cruising.
Wow.
Of course, we haven't done any cruising since pandemic, but like what we do is for the excursions, because we didn't spring for excursions, we just kind of paid for the trip to get there.
Yeah.
And so we just enjoyed the boat when it's empty.
I know. Believe me, there's definitely some things to say about that.
They play movies. You can go sit in the hot tub, and they play these movies over the pool area. So it's it's like, and you don't have to share it with anybody.
Nobody around.
Yeah. So Edwin said he had COVID before the vaccine, which was terrible, and after vaccine, not so bad, and RSV, which is also very terrible.
Eek.
Yikes. So it's, of course, I read an article today about norovirus outbreaks, so that's also the new thing. It's the price of going to Disney so much. Oh, really?
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. We did watch The Rock Wall, that's right. That was that day? No, you were in the room. That was Scott and I did that. You actually chilled and crocheted. Nikki was
I sat on the balcony and I crocheted and relaxed and looked at everything going by.
Yeah, it was fun, and that was a very nice boat. It was the Quantum of the Seas.
Yes.
Okay, whatever that means. And it was a nice boat. It's not even 10 years old yet, but getting there. And we did do a lot of checking out of the ship. Scott and I went all over the place. Went to you never got to the hot dogs.
Nope.
We tried. Did we share a hot dog? Yeah, we did share a hot dog.
I didn't know you even had a hot dog.
Yeah,
we
just
came back to the room and said there was a hot dog place.
I think we shared one. I don't think we got, because we ate. We had eaten. We were just going to try it out. But yeah, well, they also had the soda machine, so that was the fun thing. We get the drink package, and they give you the cups, and you go to the freestyle machines. But the freestyle machine is an adventure in itself.
Yes, it is.
Because not all the machines, a lot of the machines ran out of the diet sweetener. It's interesting. So they use the same flavor cartridges, but then they have 2 different sweetener cartridges or whatever, tanks. And so I knew when it was a problem, it was cutting off. Like, oh yeah, the sweetener's out. And so we had experienced that once, and then I was trying to get something for Nikki, and I think she got the last glass, and then Scott and I tried to get some, so we had to go, I think, to the other side, and we got it, maybe. But then, like, Scott was doing it, and all the diets just immediately shut down. They're all black, right?
Yeah.
Like, right then. I didn't have that happen when I was trying to figure it out. But I ended up going to where the hot dog place is, because it turns out there was a machine there.
I never went to that machine.
It doesn't even say it's on the boat when Nikki looked it up. And that machine, while missing some flavors, was generally working most of the time. And it wasn't closed in by the hot dog stand closing. It was just sitting in the little area over back behind. They also had go-karts and stuff. Bumper cars. I would have loved to do that, but it just never was any of the nights.
There was roller skating too. I didn't do that.
Roller skating on a boat? It requires a special level of like skill and balance. You know?
And that boat was rocking. Let me tell you.
My gosh.
The seas were not gentle.
Yeah, it was it is like an inkjet. So the car, when we saw it the first time we went on a cruise, they had it open and they were working on it, and it looked exactly like the inkjet printers I used to use at work. That were these big cartridges you'd shove them in, and they'd have the flavors. We went to one place one time. It did not say that the sweetener was out. And we're like, what is wrong with this drink?
Yeah.
Like, it was exactly the right
coloring
color.
was right.
Everything was exactly right.
The bubblies were right.
Almost zero taste.
Yeah, it was
It's
weird.
amazing that the flavor cartridges need to be like activated by sweetener. It's really weird. Like, so it was just bizarre.
Oh, Scott, salmon? Oh, you're talking my language. I love it.
Salmon bake was great.
Salmon bake was good.
It was just as awesome as the last time. But we still didn't.
And I am not a fish person.
I did not get a s'more,
good.
but we did roast some marshmallows. Whale watching was a miss. That's kind of an understatement.
I don't know how
we
far
did
Scott
see
wants
a couple
to get
whales,
into that.
but it was an adventure, and there were 3 boats from the same company out in the bay. Gator Dave, over 3 years. Thanks, Gator Dave, for the support. 38 months. That is definitely more than 3 years. Say what you want. So the whale watching was
an adventure.
There were 2 other boats, and they were bigger. They were much bigger than our boat. We get out there, and they decided to go further where there's supposedly some whales.
A mom
fish.
and a calf.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that was beyond that. I don't know. Anyway, we went to another spot. They're all milling around, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, everybody, get in the boat. We're going back." And holy cow, the other boats, I guess. I want to know if somebody got any video, because there were people that knew some of the people on the boat. I want to see what our boat looked like, because when we got off the boat, they're like, the other boat was like, "You guys are so brave."
So brave. We're like, "Oh my gosh.
We're just in the boat. What are we brave?" But yeah, it was. I'm usually.
Didn't you say some of the other people were on the other boat?
Some other people were on the boat
from
saying they were worried about us.
Freaking out about
like
seeing our boat. Like, it was not.
Yeah, it was, so some people got sick. I did not get sick. A miracle, by the way, because as I've gotten older, I have gotten more and more motion sick. Where I used to not be so bad, but then maybe it's inner ear or something. Who knows? But I was like, no problem. I mean, I felt if I looked ahead, I was like, my brain was like telling me this is too much, right? Like looking as we're bouncing on the waves. But thankfully, I never got sick. I was very fortunate. And I was actually hungry when we got back. So
for the win.
But yeah, no grizzly bears. No. We did see eagles, but none at the salmon bake, which we did the last time. That was amazing.
That was pretty amazing.
And then it was also very hot.
But just like the end.
Yeah. Just the you could see the
you could just see them going. The tail.
It was very hot in Juneau, like California hot. It felt like we were in California. Look at the horizon. If I was looking out the horizon, we were bouncing all over the place.
The Alaskans were not happy about the temperature.
I know, but that girl from Texas who was our tour guide up to the Mendenhall Glacier, she dug it.
I need to compare my pictures.
But yeah, it was hot. 8-foot waves are blocking the horizon. That is true.
Yeah, it was nuts.
After whale watching, I was feeling waves for hours. See, I didn't feel it. Root beer tastes like grandmother's candy. That's that. What was those? Whatever. Horse hounds? No, what is it? Your mom?
Horehound.
Horehound, okay. Horse hound. Anyway, so yeah, it was fun though. We actually had a really good time. The cruise is a lot of fun. The conference room was a little smaller than normal, but what was awesome is we had access to the dining areas, which were buku and big, and then we had at 9:00 we had access to the Windjammer, which is the name for their cafeteria. But the cool thing is it gives you access because they close it off. It gives you access to the soda machines,
Yes,
so
it
we
does.
can keep getting because the conference room was a little further. It was actually one floor down.
Yeah.
But it's like even further back in the boat.
Because
I think.
you had to go to.
You go. Yeah. It's
You
like
had
at
to,
least.
so
a,
the conference
feels like at least a
room was
third
at
of
the
boat.
back end of the boat, so we had these gorgeous windows, and you from floor to ceiling, and you could play games and sit out and
Yeah. See
look at the
the non-existent
ocean.
whales. No.
But in order to go just a floor above, you'd have to go almost to the middle of the
third of the way
ship
in, yeah,
to
and then
get
up, and then
either
over.
a staircase or an elevator up to the next
one floor.
and then go back. So it was always like, vroom, up,
Yeah.
vroom.
So it was weird.
you know?
We usually have like a better spot, probably at the back of the boat, but like just downstairs. So you don't no windows. This was we were very lucky we had windows. Go start into a cruise on a train, Queen Mary in Long Beach. My folks would cruise to Catalina on the back doors. I've been to Catalina,
Yep.
but I also went whale watching out there in the when I was teenager. But yeah, our boat was we got our step bowl just from being shaken. Step goal. Well, let's check this game out. It's
We'll check it.
I'm hoping it's fun because we kind of want to do it on the show. I
check
want to paint the minis too.
Of course you do. Do we want to show the minis
go
right
ahead,
now?
Go ahead and show the minis. They're cool.
Well, the green one isn't
green
going to
one won't be
work.
good. That's Marcus Brody. That one is Sala.
Sala.
What's his last name?
Sala El Kahir.
Okay, I don't think I knew that.
Probably it was in the script, but
yeah,
never used.
Marion Ravenwood.
Marion.
She got a pan.
She's got the pan.
That's fantastic. Does Indiana Jones have his whip at least?
Yes, he does.
Cool.
And
he might disappear.
fist punch.
Yeah, he's
And
there.
Indy.
Cool. Fist punch. He's got his hand in a fist.
And then this will disappear, but it's Marcus. He's in a suit.
Hey, he's
Yeah.
sort of. He's the Invisible Man. That's a different movie.
All right. So we're going to pick our characters, but I think I need to show you how the game is
Indiana
played.
Jones Cryptic was not good. We got the Star Wars Cryptic, and Scott liked it. So we're hoping to try that out. Kalima. That's another movie.
So before we pick our characters, I want to
Sorry,
show
Indy.
you how the game is played so you can
Yep.
understand what's going on.
Sure.
So it's a cooperative game. There is no adjusting any of this for number of players. So the bad guys are still going to have a health track the same. Nothing changes.
The exact same health track?
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. It doesn't change.
So they're all identical, no special things that happen with them. We just have to.
No.
Okay.
Based on number of players, nothing
I see.
changes.
I see.
All right.
Asps, very dangerous. You go first.
Let's see. So the object, what we're trying to do in this game is stop the bad guys from finding the Ark. We are going to do that in 3 rounds. So this is the round tracker, and of course these are usually standees. But as we say, we don't put them in so the top-down camera can see what we're doing.
The good thing is they can't see the hourglass.
Well, I know.
At any angle, they can't see the hourglass. Yeah, so we can make
cheat.
it happen.
Okay. What? We're stopping bad guys from getting the Ark. We are fighting 3 bad guys, and these are their player boards. And they come out in this specific order, with the Colonel Dietrich first, and then Major Tote second, and then Renee Belloc last.
Belloc.
All right. During each round, we are going to fight the one that is on the top.
They want you to go for it.
We do not have to defeat the first 2 villains, okay? But we do have to defeat the last
Renee
villain
Belloc.
in order to win the game.
What do we have to do? All we got to do is let them open that thing up, since
I
Indiana
know.
Jones doesn't really do that much, even though that's not.
The penalty, however, for not defeating a villain is going to be, this is their health
Pulls out a stopwatch.
it's hard to see on the top down, but there's a little line here dividing these 3 levels.
You can show it
And
on the-
these are these are little gem icons here on the sides. So there's a penalty if we do not defeat a villain
Right.
in a round, which is adding gems to the sand timer.
Yeah. Looks like it's out of balance slightly already.
The gems come in 2 sizes. There's a small gem.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a small gem, and I don't know if that even showed up. Did it? No, there's the big one.
It's there.
Where's the little one?
It's there. It's between the 2 cards, yeah. The big one looks
There
cool.
we go. Okay. What's going to happen? There's 2. There are 2 phases of the game, but what's going to happen to trigger the second phase is as we do things on the tiles, they might tell us, or we might have to roll the dice to add gems to this. So you're not allowed to touch the
No
bucket
touching, right.
or anything. You kind of just drop them in. So I'm just going to drop a whole bunch in and see what happens here. And
Well, if you
throw
throw
them.
at it, it's going to cause problems.
Here, let's just
I don't know. I want to see. I want to get an idea how much damage we have to take before we... There it goes.
That's going to flip.
As long as it keeps rocking, then we don't...
As soon as it flips, the player that triggered that, we switch to the next phase. The next phase is a timed phase.
Right.
That player can finish out what they were doing on their turn, and then we start the timed phase. The timed phase is actually where we really play cards and fight the bad guys directly,
Okay.
quickly.
Right.
Okay, and we play that until either the timer runs out
Or we
defeat the bad guy. Okay,
Then we move to the next bad
then
guy.
we'll reset and we'll get new
Do we
cards
do gems
and
again? We start with the gems over again?
all kinds of stuff. Well, if we don't defeat this bad guy, when we reset, let's say we only got him to 4, we will take out all of these gems and we will put 1, 2
Straight. That's weird.
little gems in the sand timer because,
You start with it on the next level.
yeah, because we didn't get him. Then he will go off and we will move this to the next bad guy for the second round, and we will do
And it still has
him.
the 2 bad gems.
And
in
it'll
there.
have the 2 gems because it was the penalty for
bad
not
gems. Right.
defeating this
The
guy.
little boat.
Okay? Let me put these back. That's kind of a very quick overview of what the game is doing. So how do we do all this lovely stuff? On our turn, we start with this particular bad guy on the leftmost space. We are going to take our character. Let's say I chose...
The riddle of the amulet, Nikki P. Ah!
I chose to be Sala. On my turn, I can choose any of these action adventure tiles
Come.
except the adventure tile that the bad guy is on. You cannot put your guy on this adventure tile where the bad guy is.
Right.
And you always have to move your bad guy. You cannot...
Your bad guy?
I'm sorry. Your character. You cannot move your... You have to move your character. You
Right.
can't leave him there.
Right.
Okay? Of course, because we got characters, there are some special rules, and I will get into the special rules for each character
Yep.
once we understand the game. But that's in general. So the first thing you're going to do is choose one of these and put your guy on it. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to put my guy on this. The next thing we do is we do whatever the adventure tile tells us to do. This one says draw an action card and an upgrade card. Okay. This is the action deck. These are the upgrade cards. So I would draw one and draw another. So
How are they different? They look the same on the back.
they
That's
are,
crazy.
but they're not. I've got some pulled aside. So But
Take
before
back one Kadan.
before I get totally into explaining the cards, I would draw those cards into my hand, and then I would have to roll 2 threat die. That's what this says at the bottom of the board. This one's only 1 threat die, 2, 2, 1, 2. These are all round 1 adventure tiles, and they are all on side A. The game, of course, recommends that you start with the side A, but these are double-sided with different things.
Adventures.
This is a B side, so that's a different adventure.
That's Secrets of the Past.
Yeah. So
It's not so good for any.
I would, again, I'd take my card from the action deck and the upgrade deck, and then I would roll the threat die. The threat die are these 2. And it says to roll 2. So I'd roll 2. All right. This is telling me I have to put a big gem
Oof.
in the sand timer. And this X says activate the bad guy. All right.
Okay.
Dietrich is move to the right. Each player there must bury a random card from their hand. So that is what his particular bad guy does. So he would move onto this tile, and if any of our characters were on this tile, we would have to take a card from our hand and bury it, which means put it under the action deck. Okay? And that's it.
Say it again?
Bury.
No, it says draw. This one, move.
Okay, so he was here.
Right,
We would move him to the right,
right.
to the next adventure tile. If there were any of us
Sure.
on this tile,
Yeah,
like
okay.
Sala, I would have to take a card from my hand and bury it in
Right.
the deck. But nobody's there, so nothing else is going to happen, except that now this is blocked for most of the players.
Okay.
Let me move him back. And that's that. Then, after rolling the dice and doing that, the next person would take their turn. They'd put their figure wherever they want, doesn't matter where, as long as it's not on where the bad guy is. They would do this text, and then they would roll the number of die they needed to roll.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow. There's actually quite a bit more stuff.
Yeah, there is a lot. All of those are double-sided. These are the ones you use in the first round. There are 2 more that come out in the in the second round and the third round, and they're both double-sided also.
Neat. Okay.
All right. I'll explain how those come out when we get there. Okay? So then you would take your turn, and whatever it happens to be. And then I would take my turn, and whatever it happens to be. As soon as this flips, we go into the time zone, the speed zone. Mostly the first round, the exploration round, is about collecting cards and getting yourself prepared for the timed speed zone. The timed speed zone is where we can do the most damage to the bad guy. There are some of these cards that will, during the first phase, let you attack the bad guy, but mostly it's all going to happen in the second round, in the timed round. So cards. The cards come in 4 different objects. All right, and I just took out all the blue ones because I figured they'd be show up better. So we got the medallion, the shovel, the book, and the hat. And these happen to be the blue cards. And you can also see their icon here in the corner, okay? Mm-hmm. Those are in this action deck, the basic action deck, okay? Some of, here's the hat in the other colors. So there's a blue hat, a red hat, a yellow hat, and a green hat. Those are the colors in the game. And
Right.
I just want to be sure that you understand that and point it out. That the cards that have this brown background are not a color, okay?
Right.
The only thing this is showing you, 1, it's a character, so it's an attack card. And 2, it has one of the symbols on it, but it isn't a color, okay?
Okay. What is the symbol on Marion's? The amulet?
It's the amulet.
Okay.
So just to show you, some of the other character cards may have, like hers, just the amulet and no color, or it's just blue and no object.
What is she hitting with there?
A red, I don't know, a stone or a book or something. All right, and he's no color, but it's got the book.
I feel like this is revisionist. I don't feel he was doing anything in the first one.
He really wasn't, but I guess they needed another character.
So you're throwing books?
Yeah, and there's Indy again. So the character cards are the attack cards. They are the only ones that are going to hit the bad guy. And when you hit the bad guy, you're only hitting him for one
damage.
It doesn't matter whether you're playing the Marion figure or the Sala figure. These are just attack cards.
So we're not actually these people. We're just trying to get these people doing things. Cool.
You do not have to be on the same space as the bad guy in order to attack them. We're just playing cards.
Okay.
All right. The way we play cards during the timed phase is we'll look at our hand and what we collected from the first phase. And right now it doesn't matter what I play to this center because there's nothing there. But if I play this yellow hat, the only other card I could play, or you could play, would either be a card with yellow or a card with a hat. Okay, so let's see. I could play, because I pulled out the greens, I could play the green hat.
Indiana Jones has the hat.
None of these are getting the bad guy,
right.
Okay? But
it's allowing us to put a card down and pull something else out?
So then I do the red hat. Then I could play Sala because the color matches, and then we would move the bad guy down one because we punched him. You can play any number of cards you want. Just realize that you will only draw one card at the end of your turn, and that is it. You do not draw back up to 4 during this phase. You will draw back up to 4 in the reset. Okay, you do start with 4 at the beginning of the game.
How do we do anything then with only 4 cards?
We're getting more cards during the first phase of the game.
Well, can you get above 4?
You can get as many. There's no hand limit. During the first phase, like I said, we are collecting cards for the second phase of the game. So we start with 4, and then where we land on these will get us more cards. And we're preparing for this second
But do we need to play
phase.
cards to move? Is that part of the deal?
No.
Okay.
All the cards are doing is fighting. That's it. The hands and the symbols and all of that are only...
So are you showing us second phase stuff right now with the cards? Okay.
I told you.
Sure, I just would like to know what all these things do before I move to second phase, but that's okay.
You want me to read each of these?
I want to know what we're doing in the first phase. I mean, it's fine. You can get back to it in a minute.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me back up then. All right. So I wanted to explain the cards because you're not going to understand it. So I'm going to have 4 cards. There's my 4 cards. On my turn, I'm going to place my figure on any of these.
Sure.
Okay? I'm going to go here. Okay. I draw an action card and I put it in my hand, and I draw an upgrade card and I put it in my hand. Then I roll the dice, and the dice are telling me to put 2 terrible things into this.
Is there anything good on these?
No.
Only the X, yeah.
There isn't.
Okay.
My turn is done. Now it is your turn.
Right.
You take your figure, you choose one of these, except the bad guy one, and you put your figure on the thing.
Can any of these go on there?
Well, we're only going to be playing with 2. The other 2 are going to go out of the game, but I didn't want to explain these until you understand the game.
Sure.
Because they have special powers.
Sure.
Okay? So then if you were playing Marcus Brody, you would put him here. You would do what this text says. Draw any number of upgrade cards. If you draw 2 with the same color, which I explained, there's 4 colors in the game. same color. You bury all of the cards. So this is a press your luck. You can keep turning and get more cards into your hand, but as soon as 2 colors match, you lose everything.
All of your hand or just the hand of what
The
you're
hand
drawing?
of what you're drawing right now.
So you flip it over face up?
Yeah, you would be taken from here and flipping.
So those are the upgrade cards.
And those are the upgraded cards. Okay, and I didn't explain the upgrade cards because I backed up to this. All right, and then you would take those cards, you would roll the threat die, and you would do whatever the threat die said. Okay, this then, let's say it tilted and flipped, the timer starts. It was in the middle of your turn, you would then start playing cards to this and trying to fight the bad guy. All right? I didn't do that. Okay, I mixed up.
Well, I want to read the rest of these.
Okay.
Draw any action card and an upgrade card. Draw
Yeah.
an action card. Draw 2 action cards. You may play a card.
Yeah.
So this is where we can actually maybe do some damage?
Right. During the exploration phase of the game.
Exploration, is it? Or
exploration phase of the game, this particular map room card will let you do a damage to the guy. But during the exploration phase, you generally are not playing any cards to this at all.
Right, I understand.
Okay, except because that says.
Gain a power token. What's
and then
a power token?
I haven't gotten to power tokens yet.
Okay.
Okay. Then the power tokens are only played during the timed phase of the game.
Sure.
So that's during the attack. So you could choose from these 4.
You can get to that in a minute when you want to go, if you want to get to the next part. So you're just getting ready to go to the next phase where we start playing the cards.
Right.
That's when we have to play as fast as we can.
That's when we have to play as fast as we can, watching the sand timer here. All right. And again, you can play as many cards from your hand as you want, but you're only going to draw 1 card at the end of your turn. And because we're playing fast, that signals to everybody that your turn is over and it is now my turn to start playing cards. Okay. If you have any of these power tokens, when you claim them from this tile in particular, they are yours. They are yours for the rest of the game. You only play them once per round. All right. So there's 2 of each. There's an interrupt, and that means during that timed round, you can interrupt my turn to play a card. So let's say I'm stuck because I can't do anything. You're like, I have the perfect card to help you put down your attack card, right?
Okay.
So you
Do
would
we see your cards? Do I see your cards?
Yeah, we can play open if you want. It is cooperative.
You're just saying I would know to help you play.
Well, we can talk about it.
Okay.
We can talk about it.
I thought we couldn't talk during the fast phase.
No, we can talk.
Okay.
It's just we're going super fast.
Right. Okay.
All right. This, I haven't talked about snakes yet.
Yeah.
And it is a card that will come up. This is for any player. So I could have this token and help you out where the snake won't affect you at all. So I would play this and then we would nix this, what the snake does to you, which is bad. And then this one is play on your turn only, any card. Okay?
So even if you don't have the card that you can't get to the sequence that you want, you can still play one of your strike cards to
break
get
the
to
sequence.
Damage.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then, like I had it here, the upgrade cards. They are different.
Danson Tessie's asking if you play a card during the exploration phase, does it stay for the second phase where you're fighting the bad guy?
Yes.
So it's still face up until,
yes,
and it will affect what we're playing.
Yes. This does not clear out during the phases, but it clears up at the end of the round.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then I pulled some of the upgrade cards. The upgrade cards are different from the basic cards, and the way you can tell the difference is they have this fancy band on top compared to this, which isn't colored in. They also can have 2 objects on them or two colors on them.
And an object?
That is just an object and a color, and an object and a color. You probably can't see him, he's green. And that one's green, by the way. Green and blue. You play these like any other. It just gives you a stronger hand, more options to match what's in here. When you play them, let's say we played all those, and then I have a match for this one, blue on blue. Okay, that's great. At the end of the round, when we are resetting, we will take all of these cards, shuffle them. They all go into the action deck. So it's also making the action deck that we're drawing from stronger because you're now putting the upgrades in. That's why the backs of the upgrade cards look the same.
Yeah.
All right, let me get those out of there. Then the last wonderful card, which is in the action deck, is a snake. Snakes are bad, of course.
That's not an asp, though. That's a
when you're drawing cards at the beginning of the round, you're drawing your hand up to 4 at the very beginning. If you draw a snake, you discard it, and there is a snake discard right here. Mm-hmm. You do not draw another card. So let's say you drew 3 cards, and your 4th card was a snake. You take it, put it here, and now you're only playing with 3 cards. All right, for that first exploration round, okay? If you do get a snake during the exploration, let me double check that. Boop, 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 boop. No. Okay. If you draw a snake when you're drawing the 1 at the end of your turn during the timed phase, then you have to roll this torch die.
Okay.
You have to roll the torch die until you get a torch, and then I can start playing. But until you get a torch, I can't play.
Okay.
All right, and the snake gets discarded here. At the end of the round, when you're resetting, the snakes also get shuffled back into this deck. I was hoping they would just go away, but they don't.
Not.
Okay?
Cool.
So let me get these back. Can you shuffle this deck with those back in it?
Down here.
And let these go, and I'll shuffle this deck.
Wow.
Oops, I'm not putting the snake back in because I really don't want them. All right. There are 3 ways the timed round, or the whole entire round ends. One is the sand timer runs out, and I showed you if we don't get rid of the bad guy, whatever line this is on, you will get the penalty for it. The other way it can end is if there are no more cards in the draw deck to draw. Yeah, and the third way is the villain is defeated.
Right, okay.
Okay, and defeated means all the way down to the little skull.
The skulls is.
Then we reset for the second round, and that means we get rid of the bad guy.
Right.
We go to the new bad guy. We turn in any cards that we have. We
turn in any cards?
Yeah, if we have any cards left in our hand, they go back to the pile, and we shuffle, and you draw 4 new cards.
Okay. I guess that's good because maybe you have stuff that you can't use or whatever.
Check. And then because it's 2-player, I don't think this is going to make that much of a difference, but just so you know, there is an expedition leader that you choose at the beginning of the game. Essentially, that person is the one that is going to be in charge of moving this down the track, but there's only 2 of us, so I don't know if that's really a necessary role to have.
Well, we're playing Mary and Indy, right?
Probably, but I wanted to show what their special powers are. Okay.
What's on the back there?
This is the game rounds sequence of play.
Okay.
So we can maybe use the ones that we don't use. Okay? So Sala only rolls one threat die. So threat die are these brown ones. So where it says roll
Yep,
two,
roll two, you
he's
roll
only
one.
going to
That's cool.
roll one. Marcus starts the game with a power token. So right at the start of the game, you choose one of these power tokens and put it in front
Nice.
of you. Indy is the only player that can move to the same tile
that's what I
as a
figured.
villain,
Yep.
of course. Marion, instead of 4 cards, she draws 6.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think Marion should be in the deck. The
Okay.
downers, I think they're all. I mean, Brody's pretty good, but Saul is great.
Yeah.
One die is really powerful. But how can we not play with Marion and?
I don't
Indiana
know.
Jones?
6 cards seems, especially in a 2-player right now
Yeah.
as we're playing, seems like a big deal. Is there still red in?
No, I took them out.
Okay.
Put what you want. Pick what you want because you can play Indiana. I know that you probably want.
No, I play Marion.
To. You should play Indiana.
Okay.
Man.
So then you can use this for the
Yep.
rules sequence of play if you want. Let me shuffle this again. You get Indy, and I
Sorry,
get
Indy.
Marion, and then these two go away.
Saul doing one die. That was pretty great. Look how many of these have 2.
Yeah. Okay, so if we make you the expedition leader, or me,
Gosh, it really seems like you would burn through the round quickly if you. Maybe we should have Saul in the game. Sucks because, I mean, you want to play Indy. You want to play Marion.
I don't care. I'll play whoever.
No, it's up to you.
Gems, yes, the gem symbols on the villains is the penalty. So if you don't take this villain out by the end of the timed phase,
If you put that in the bucket.
if he's on this middle line, you are going to put 2 small
Row,
gems in the bucket at the beginning of the new round. So you start out with badness. Okay, let's put them back up here.
Let's just see how many of these.
I have no idea. I didn't test it. I didn't time the sand timer. I don't know how long we have when that triggers.
That's cool. We could, if we just get red, we go a long way. There's not a lot of red ones though. Little ones. I'm sorry, just red, but little red. Okay.
So, draw up to 4 cards.
Just one at a time. I mean,
One at a
it's not
time, 'cause
taking
you might have
turns.
a
Hey,
snake.
I'm done. I don't get that card.
Okay, so, boo.
Yep, you shuffled it perfectly.
So you got 3.
Yep.
Okay, and then I do it. 1 snake. Oh, but I get,
Yeah, you go to 6. So
I
you'll
get
have 5.
yeah, book 4. So there's 5 because I had, Lincoln
I
only
know.
has 3. Okay. I'm just talking.
Bad news. Okay.
Boop.
Marcus and his books. That's his weapon.
Okay,
He said
so.
the pen is mightier than the sword. Oh, that's the wrong movie.
Oh, that is the wrong movie.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Skylar said great job. Okay. So, we just come off the boat. We just
Yes.
come onto the one of the
And
adventures.
yep, and then you finish your turn, and then you just
This
go
doesn't
on
affect
to
me going there
another
then,
adventure.
though?
You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm going to draw
Yeah.
an upgrade card.
He is only triggered when you roll this, and he moves into a space with
Sure.
people.
Well, I'm in there, so. But I
He
have to
didn't
roll
move
one.
into it. The bad
Yeah.
guy didn't move into it.
Hey, there we go. 1 gem. Bad news. Okay, Nikki.
Okay, now I will go. Let's try this draw any number of cards.
Good luck.
Okay, so it's upgrade cards, and this is press my luck. So, and it's only color. All right. I got to do at least 2. Oh, do I go further? I'm going to be conservative and call it good.
Wow, okay. Well, let's remember what we had there. So we
And
know
now
next
I
time.
have to roll 2.
Yep. Hey,
All right.
next in a gem.
So 1 gem.
But he does something.
The bad
He
guy
moves.
moves to my spot because he's just going to go boop, boop,
Yep.
boop. That triggers each player there must bury a random card from their hand. So...
You got one card out of that deal. You only have 6 now.
I know. That's terrible.
Okay, there we go.
It goes
one of your
under the deck.
one of your good ones. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Well, still, if we get through this deck, it's in this
Sure.
deck now, so that's not completely terrible. Now you can go anywhere.
I know. What was the color? Yellow and blue, right? Okay. Hey, you were smart to stop.
Phew. Wow.
Sweet.
3. Okay. Now
I
you
gotta roll 2 dice.
roll 2.
I know. Trying to get my hand built up, Nikki.
I understand. You need it. That's basically what
Hey,
this round
this
is
is bad.
for.
Big and small.
Good lord.
Oof, big ones are big.
The big ones are big.
Is it shift?
The bucket shifted a little,
Oh, okay.
but nothing. Okay. Let's see. I can draw an upgrade card. I can.
I can go where the villain is because I am Indiana Jones.
Yes, he is Indiana Jones. Only Indy. No one else can. And you cannot stay in the spot that you started in. So,
Right.
like, I can't stay here and do this again. I have to move. Draw 2 action card. Yeah, an upgrade card, I think. So I will move here.
Because it's only one.
I will draw an upgrade card, and I will draw one, or roll. Well,
Nobody gets hurt though.
nobody gets hurt.
Okay, that sucks though. I'm gonna try to do some damage, right? Draw 2 action cards.
Oh yeah, and try to play one.
So I need to play. What's the process then?
Nothing matter. You can play whatever you want right now.
But what hits him again?
The ones with the characters on them, the character cards.
Sure. Well, do I want to keep? Do you think I should try to keep the same colors to? Well, whatever. It's
Yeah,
gonna
if
be
you-
Marcus Brody. Boom.
Boom.
Book to the head.
Book. So now the next card that is played has to be a book or have a book icon on it.
Sure. Hey, he moves. I lose a card random. Nikki P.
Yeah, you do.
I did draw 2, but I played 1. Wait, let me shuffle. They were kind of ugh. The downer was I did have a lot of color, which was kind of exciting because I could potentially get in a run. Okay. Don't draw a character card. That's all I'm asking. You don't see?
I don't know.
Well, let me see. Okay, well that's bad. That was an upgrade card, but it's in the deck now.
Okay.
Okay, Nikki.
Me. Well, I can't go punch him because he's on that tile. I could go get a power token
But you don't have to be on that tile. Oh, because to do that, yeah.
well,
I get it.
to make that happen.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like I have a bunch of character cards, by the way.
He's
so-
always going to move to the right, so I'm basically putting myself in a bad situation. Well, let's just
Yeah,
draw an
action and a
action. Ugh, it's a snake, so I get nothing out of it.
and one over here.
And one there.
Okay.
Oh, I got to roll.
You do have to roll 2.
Zoning out.
Hey, a little one at
I'm
least.
glad I didn't go there.
It's probably going to shift here. No, not yet.
And he goes to the right. So now he'll loop back to
Right.
the front.
Upgrade card. Cool. Don't know why I have him face down still. Your turn. Oh, I got to roll. Come on, don't forget. Hey! Comes over here and I lose a card.
Yeah, you do.
Don't steal the only one I have, which you
I
probably
don't know
will.
what to do. How
Yeah,
about this
I think
one?
that's it. Whew, okay, at least it's not.
A character card.
Yeah, I only have one. Well,
That's
if that's how we're going to do damage, we're in trouble. I don't know
okay.
how you can do any damage if we can't seem to get them.
I have some, so
It's fine. We just need to get there. We have long way to go to do anything.
So, yeah. Draw 2 action cards, and you may play a card. So I have to match, and I want to do damage, so I have to have... Well, that's not going to happen. Damage with a book. Well, I'm going to give you a green book and hope it helps you out.
Not yet. Okay. It's bad. I mean, I have 1.
He moves.
Darn it. I need to draw. I think we need to come to this one all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that if I don't know how many are in there, but it doesn't look good. Hey, a gem. What happens when we run out of the little red gems?
Well, it didn't say.
Okay, keep going. Your turn.
I can do a power token. Oh, an upgrade card. That seems to be a little better as far as maybe getting a character.
Is that where they're at?
They're in here,
Okay.
and they're in there.
I have not seen but 1, I think.
That's
I
what.
might have even had it from the get-go. Nobody loses anything. Okay. X's aren't bad. I'd rather roll X's as long as we don't get hit too badly. But I have like a fistful of cards that do nothing really, except maybe shift colors. Okay. Woof. I don't want to lose a card. Upgrade card, fine. Ugh. Okay.
Roll a die.
Hey. Running out of the little ones they could be.
Shake,
We're not going to do very well.
shake the table? I
No.
don't know. Draw any number of upgrade cards. Let's try to get more upgrade cards into our main deck.
Those are just going to let us change colors, it seems like.
I'm stopping.
Okay.
Green. Well, because I got blue and
I
yellow.
understand. You got all the colors.
Bury any of the cards. Roll 2.
Next, and a fat one. This is going to
Okay,
cause it
so
to happen.
first we
here.
move the bad guy,
Nope, not yet. It's coming soon, though.
and there's nobody there.
Right. Man, I don't know what to do. I'm literally a fistful of nothing that will hopefully get you to do what you need to do, which means we might get to the second level if we're fortunate. I can't even get myself to be able to do damage. Okay. I don't want to roll 2 dice, but I think we have. I mean, it's going to be bad. I can go here, though. He's not. Draw 2 action cards. Come on. I have a fistful of nothing. I mean, I can't even do damage right now, which I would love to do.
All right. Did you roll?
No. Come on, X. Hey, good. He moves.
Okay.
Wow, I really need. I need.
F.
Ooh. Roll the 2 dice. Because you boldly. Little gem. Little gem, get ready.
Wow. Is it too stable?
So far. I mean, I don't want it to fall because we will not win.
Okay.
Okay, Indy, what do we do? Do I want to gain a power token? I don't feel they're that. I mean, ignoring a snake is pretty great. But so far we haven't drawn really that many of them. Well, 3 or 4, right, I guess. 4? Terrible. Fistful of nothing. I guess I can go where he's at.
Okay.
Draw an upgrade card.
There it is.
Hey, finally somebody.
Just looked it up. If you roll a die that says put a small one in, you put a big one in. If you don't,
Okay.
run out of big ones, you put a small one in.
Yep. Hey, small gem. Hey, we're out.
We're
This
out.
is it.
You're balancing too well.
I'm trying to game the game, Nikki P. Come on.
Yes.
Go for it.
Okay. Draw 2 action cards and you may play a
Yeah.
card. Sure. 1, 2.
You can play something if you can.
I'm gonna try and play one.
Do you have a book?
I have a book.
John Book?
I want a book that hurts though.
Well, you don't have a character card with a book?
I'm looking.
Okay. Wow, she's got a lot. I don't have that
Boom.
stuff.
He goes
okay.
down 1.
Okay, well, we definitely need to get to the next level, so it's only 2 cubes.
Okay.
My turn. Oh, did you roll?
No, I roll 1. Bad guy
Moves.
moves.
Okay, I'm coming over here. It's 2 action cards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a book?
I mean, I do, and I'm going to have to use it because we definitely want to get to the next level because I don't think we're getting further. So there's a
You
book.
hit him again.
Okay.
All right.
And 1 die. Ugh, here we go. This has got to be it, right? Wow.
Is this?
Don't touch the tape. Don't touch it. It's going to fall.
It's not wobbly enough.
I didn't do anything to it other than just get it straightened out.
All right.
I'm just strategically placing them. It does seem to be leaning a little bit, which it wasn't
Well,
before.
let's do that. Draw an upgrade card. Whoa.
There it goes.
All right.
Okay.
So
now.
let me say the timer's already going,
Yeah.
but I didn't. Okay, I can stop. I don't even have to roll the die now.
Sure, just
so,
do it.
So
Just
you
do it,
know.
it's going.
Okay, so now I start playing, and I need a book or a yellow. This is not good.
I can get you to any color you want to get to. You gotta just let
There's a
me know. what
book. It's a yellow.
Is it me now?
No, I didn't draw. I can keep playing as many as I want. So now I have a yellow, and I thought I had a yellow attack, and I don't.
you want. I can go.
Just go.
Okay. And then I draw
Hat,
a card. Oh, I
and
can keep
you
playing.
can
What
keep
color
playing.
Is there a color you need?
I have a hat right now. I can match with Indy right now. Oh, sure, just to get stuff out. Okay, there's a hat, and he goes down 1, and I draw 1, and
No,
you
I
go.
can play indie, right? I don't have to play a hat.
The characters don't match,
Okay.
only objects.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an object.
He has a hat,
He doesn't have an object.
so it would be a matching color, and
Okay.
he doesn't have a color.
Okay, so I can play that. It's my turn again, right?
Yeah, because I drew.
Red,
Yeah,
hit,
sure. Okay,
I'm drawing.
okay. I will do.
No more rolling. I don't know why I'm
I
trying
have
to
a
roll.
red.
Nice, okay,
Hit.
that's good.
Let me see if I got another. I have a shovel, so a blue shovel. So there's another
That
hit.
doesn't help me.
Then
you can do it, though.
I've got another blue, so that's another hit.
Nice.
And then I've got another blue that's
Okay, sweet.
dead.
He's dead.
All right.
Dietrich.
Okay.
Colonel Dietrich. Although I think
So-
he lives till he does live till he gets melted or whatever. He shriveled up. Okay, well that's interesting.
Now, he's out completely.
Did you bump it and it knocked it out?
No.
I don't
He's
think we
out.
put anything in there. I don't think we put a gem in there. I think
It just must have. Maybe when I leaned over the table.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You doomed us. You.
All right.
No, we did okay.
So he's out. We don't suffer any consequences because we knocked
I'm
him
glad
out.
you had a bunch of cards because I did get another couple
He
in
comes
that last
in.
bit of stuff.
We take these guys back. He comes in here.
We don't flip these or anything for round
This
2?
goes away. Well, let me do. I'm probably not doing it in the correct order.
It's okay.
So now we're on round 2. So we move this.
Timer's still not out. It's just ending now,
Yeah.
Scott. Just
Okay.
ended now.
Now
it's
it's
a pretty
over.
long time.
Okay. So now, for setting up for round 2,
Yep.
we pick one of these tiles that we want to take out and put
Before
this.
flipping them?
Yeah. and put this one in, and we can either do this side or that side.
Huh. What's one? I
So
think this is the one
is
that goes, the power
Draw an
token.
upgrade card and gain a power token.
Yes, this one
Activate
goes.
the villain. But then the other side, reveal the top 3 cards of the action deck and take any revealed attack cards. Bury the rest.
So this all goes away. This sucks. I finally got some
Yeah.
other, look, I finally
Yeah.
got them in the last batch.
It's all going to
there.
go away. But we need to decide which side of this and which one of these we want to get rid
Well,
of.
that one's the one that's going to go. Unless, can we see the other side?
Well, these go away. This is the standard setup. We could have chosen the A or the B
I see.
side
Okay,
at the
okay.
beginning of the game, but we didn't.
That was interesting.
So which
Yeah,
side
that
of
was
this
okay,
do you
cool.
want to do?
So activate the villain means it's an X. So it's an X plus a die, no matter what, on this one, right?
What does it
Yes.
say?
Activate the villain. Draw an upgrade card and a power token. Activate the villain.
Okay.
Reveal the top 3. Blah, blah, blah. Attack. Boy, that's pretty great, though. For 1 die, let's do that.
Okay.
Get attack cards. It's only top 3, but if you had my
Right.
hand, it was going to be
All
a
right.
lot of those.
Then we take all of our hand
I'd already threw it in
and
there.
all the snakes
All in one pile here.
and we shuffle it all.
Yep.
That includes all the. So now we got more upgrade
Sure.
cards in here.
Yeah, let's shuffle all the action cards that hit people up to the top. Hey, thanks for the follow, Mr. Finch 9000. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. This is cool. I definitely think it'd be a little more fun and crazy with 2 more. 2 more. Is
4
it,
players.
It's 2 to 4, yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 4.
I think we want to film this one, and I think it's only going to be 3, unfortunately. I'd really like Dave to be involved in it. Maybe this weekend.
He would go nutso for this one.
I know. Well, I'll message
you-
him. He might be available this weekend.
You'll get a lot of screaming in your headphones.
Yeah, it's fine. I only have 1 ear today, so. It isn't fun, though, starting with your deck again, though. Oof. We already have a Funko game in the queue, but there's a couple Funko games we
Well.
want to do. I wonder what was wrong with that
Here.
cryptic. Yeah.
Or I can do
I
it,
can
whatever.
do both. His indie story. Dave does have an indie story.
He
I don't know.
does.
He's kind of embarrassed by that story. I don't quite
He is.
understand why.
Well, he probably feels like.
Because Harrison Ford knows nothing about it, so I think that's part of it. Wow, we really got through the upgrade deck.
We did. I think that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
We will be drawing better cards.
Well, there's probably less as you go, less upgrade opportunities on these.
Yeah, I didn't count any of it.
So
I
we don't
know.
flip any of these over for
No.
round 2?
Mm-mm.
Are you sure?
I'll double check.
I mean, these are all round 1 anyway, right? Oops.
Yeah, that's
they are
just what
round
we
one.
had chosen to start the game
Yep.
out with. And then, of course, the rules say start with the A side, so that's what I did.
I would tell that story all the time, yes. Well, we will save it. I did tell somebody on the cruise. I don't remember why that came up, but I mean, I think we were talking about the Indiana Jones movie, which we have not seen. It sucks because we left just before it, just after it came out, and we should have tried to go, but it was just we were busy. But it's now. If I want to see it in a good theater, I gotta go to the El Capitan, which is not my favorite theater. It's not a bad theater, but it doesn't have like the parking that. Although I suppose we could just take the train down and walk across the street, park for free up in the valley. Okay. Why don't you pick this
Yeah.
this time first?
It is only, you put in for round 2 a new thing and you choose which side.
Sure.
These stay. I mean, you get rid of one, but
Yeah, yeah.
this all stays.
That timer seems pretty long.
It does. Yeah,
So
you got to
anybody
get
in?
all that sand back down in there.
I know. I'm just doing it. I mean, that was a long time.
All right, so I draw 4.
You actually had a lot of power.
I draw
cards.
6, actually, because
Yeah,
of Miriam.
Please
1,
don't draw a snake
2, there's a snake, so I'm only getting 5.
if you're lucky.
3,
Jinxed, you see.
4, 5, 6. So I only get 4.
I understand.
The 6.
Hey, I'm only going to get 3 again.
Jeez.
I shuffled these. All of them. There you go. Okay.
All right, and then we would decide who would be the exploration leader again.
He's not even in
whatever.
forbidding. It turns out his nunchucks
this
are just his hanger.
here's the new thing. So he's going to move to the right. The player there must add a small gem to the sand timer.
Yeah, okay, well, we definitely need to avoid him.
He is also a bit stronger than the first guy. He is 12.
At 12? The other guy was at 10?
The first guy was at 10.
Dietrich has got to be tougher than Tote.
Well, he's very manipulative.
He's
I don't know. So
I mean, he's willing to burn you with a. I think they're Nazis. I'm pretty sure they're willing to burn you with a cattle prod or whatever, fire poker.
So I'm gonna try. I want to try this one, this new one. Okay. Here we go. Reveal the top 3 cards of the action deck. Take any revealed attack cards and bury the rest. Top 3. 1.
Hey, that's good.
2.
That's bad. That's bad.
3.
Hey, at least you got out of the way. You got 8.
Getting
an action card is worth it.
Bury. So that snake goes buried too.
Ugh. What did you do to us?
I got a snake out of the top half.
That's
of
not
the
even an
deck.
asp. Asps are very dangerous, not cobras.
Don't
even though
know what
cobras
to
are
tell ya.
dangerous, so. Come on. Where's the asps? Okay, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, I got to roll. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
1 X
He
bad
moves.
guy.
Okay, 1, nothing. Hey, look, this is going to be my traditional
2.
skill here. Hey, cool, I got 1. I got a Brody.
Sweet.
Hey, look, he's using his fist, not a book.
Okay.
Where's Dietrich?
Roll a die.
Yeah.
Dietrich's
1
right
gem.
here.
I
You
looked
wanted
at
to
it.
look
I
at him?
looked at it. Got it. Your turn. More cards. We need more cards. At least I got 1. We each got 1 attack card out of that mess.
Oh, let's do this. Why not? Draw 2 action cards. You may play the card.
No snakes. No cobras.
I got no snakes.
To hold me down. He sure melts fast.
Well, I'm going to just do Sala and
damage him. Yeah.
damage him for 1.
Okie
and roll a
dokie.
die.
I'm going to do the same. Ooh, small one.
Little.
He's not close yet, so we're okay. I get to draw 2, right? 2 action cards.
2 action cards, and you can play a card. Any card. Doesn't even have to be an attack. Let's say you've got a mess in your head.
Sala is just dealing the damage.
Sala.
Okay. Sala is a balla. Okay. Hey, he moves. I got to get out of there.
Draw an. Well, should I draw an upgrade card? Draw an upgrade card.
Toad. I knew it was Toad, and I think that's head, right? So.
Big. Here we go.
Oof,
Whoa,
big
that
one, Nikki
moved
P.
this time.
What the heck? What are you doing to us?
I don't know.
Okay, draw any number of upgrade cards. I'm going to do that since... it's 2, though. Screw that. Reveal the top 3. Okay, that's good. 1, 2, 3. I'll take it.
And bury the
I'll
rest.
take it. Yeah.
And roll the die. 1 die.
1 small gem. 1 giant leap for mankind.
Okay. I will draw any number of upgrade cards. I'll do that. Okay. If they match, we're in trouble.
Why if they match?
I'm on this one. If the color matches, then I have to bury them all.
That's 3 colors, man.
Oh no!
I think
you were giving me guff last time.
No. When you did, when you had 4, it made total sense. I mean,
All right, I'm
but
done.
3 colors is a lot too.
None of them were attack, but it does let me.
Has
you know,
either of us thrown
chain.
everything out yet? We haven't.
I'm
Gotta roll
playing
2
too
dice.
safe. 2 smalls.
Leonard Smalls.
Can I do them one at a time?
Yes, that's what I would do. You should let me do it. I was doing a good job.
I want to see
We almost
this
filled that
thing
basket.
flip.
Okay, I'm gonna
More.
go. Here, draw an upgrade card. Not really helpful. Come on, X. Hey! I like the X.
All right.
Never ever would I thought I would like an X.
Draw an action card.
And an upgrade card.
And an upgrade card. And roll 2. Where's the other one? 2 smalls. Ooh. Guess we'll do a small and a big because we're already out of smalls. This is not good.
No, and I don't have a ton of damage.
I'll do the big one first. Okay.
You're too heavy with it, Nikki P.
Am I?
Have more finesse.
I'm too heavy-handed.
Okay.
Oh, there's a small one in there. Well, it's too late. I'm not gonna dig that out.
I blew that then, I think. Okay. I'm coming here. He doesn't bother me. He's not even in there. He's not even really in there. So I'm going to draw 2 action cards, and I may play one. Not good, and not so bad. Okay. So I need to play. We'll do this. Right?
Yeah, it's a shovel. A card.
Oh, duh. Okay. Well, that's okay. I'm set for the next time.
Okay.
I didn't hit him yet. Didn't hit him yet. Okay.
Roll a die.
Yeah, boo to that small gem being in there. 1 small gem. One small
mankind.
gem for man. 1 giant leap for mankind. Okay. It's your turn.
Yeah, go get an upgrade card so I can only roll 1 die because I don't want to roll more than 1.
Oof.
That's
Big
a
one.
small gem, which means a big one. Are you?
Yeah, you've already.
Darn it.
You arrogant bastard.
I'm very frantic. It's not working.
Like Harrison Ford. Here we go. Okay.
All right,
so
here we go. Start. Me.
go. Can
I go because
Okay, yeah.
I was the one that triggered it.
Yep.
So you were blue, right? So
Yep.
you want to stay blue.
Yep.
So I will put down a blue and draw a card so you can do it.
1,
Hat or blue.
2.
Blue.
I'm gonna draw. Your turn.
Blue, blue, blue. Do I have a blue attack? I do. Blue attack. 1 and then a shovel. Do I have an attack with the shovel? Okay, see now this is where it gets like it slows you down, right? So would you like if I put down a yellow shovel?
No, I would not.
All right. How about I do a blue-green book and I will draw and hopefully that helps you out. A book. Do you want to keep playing? I have a book.
Don't. I mean, what color do you need?
I have a book. I can attack with a book. There's a book. Attack. Then I can book yellow. Let me see. Oh, I have another
green.
book. Book green.
That's good. That's good.
I'll stop then so you can play your book green.
Well, it's not book green, but I don't have to, but I can do that.
Just green.
Yep.
Boop.
Okay.
And then can you keep playing?
I need to get to another. I need to get to red.
Okay, I can do it.
I only have
I can do it. I can do
card
it.
to
Here's
do
a red for you. Here's a green red.
Okay.
So all of that you can do. I have to draw though.
Okay, and I have
that
to
was
draw
my
now
one
one more. 2
turn.
more. We need 2 more.
We need a red.
I'm also just a book once again.
I'm just a book.
Meaning
I
I'm Marcus
got a
Brody.
red. 1 more hit.
Okay. Can you switch to a book?
Can I switch to a book?
Or yellow?
I can switch to a book.
Okay.
And
Boom.
boom.
Okay. Well, that
we're here
I think
not
we're not playing the
hurting.
hard. Yeah.
Well, I think with more players there'd be more trying to organize. So it'd be harder
little more
to
chaos.
get that.
So there was no like 2-player variant or anything.
No.
Like, okay. Cool. I mean, I like it. It's hard to get what you need actually. Although we did not get really hammered by the snakes this time.
No, we haven't had this happen yet. Yeah. Now, during that speed round, remember, if the 1 card you draw is a snake, you have to...
Yeah, you have to roll the red die, which we haven't done yet. Until a torch comes up.
Until a torch comes up, which is crazy. Okay, so, no penalty for the bad guy, so we can take all the jewels
he face melt. Yeah, this one he's a wax. He's made of wax.
There we go. And... Again, we didn't have to defeat these guys. We could just suffer the penalty. But the last guy we have to defeat in order to win, and he starts at 15.
I know.
And his badness is each player there must roll the torch die and bury all cards from their hand that match the roll. So when he moves, and if any of us are here, I roll that. Everyone in that space has to get rid of their books.
Yep, I got it.
Crazy.
That sucks.
Crazy.
So we don't want to be where he's at.
Okay, so he goes away.
We add another
put
card.
The new guy.
This is the new card. Well, we definitely want to do
That's going to be the new card. So
Geheimhaven,
we pick
where the
what
arc
we want
opens.
to get rid of.
Ooh, this is the one, man. So draw 2 upgrade cards. You may play any number of cards. That's pretty awesome, but look at this one. Play an attack card to damage the villain twice.
Oh, twice. Let's do that.
Yeah, but what do we need to? We want to take out a 2
I can't believe we haven't gotten any of those.
This one doesn't draw a card, though. This is the problem with this one. This one's pretty great, too, though. Draw up 2 upgrade cards. You may play any number of cards. This feels like the best one to get the most damage in the beginning. This one does not allow you to draw any additional cards. This is bad, I think.
Sure, especially since we have to get rid of something, so it may not be a good thing.
Well, we want
to
get rid of something. Draw 2 upgrade cards. What's the other upgrade?
He gives you draws an upgrade. He gives you upgrade cards. These both do.
Right, but this one is.
And he's an upgrade card.
Draw an action and upgrade card. So I don't know. I mean, the problem is we're running. I mean, we're not out of an upgrade deck. Yeah, you know what? Well, this sucks though because this is a single one
die, which is nice.
I feel we should only replace another. Like having 3 1s is pretty great.
Both sides of that.
They're 2.
They're both 2s.
This one lets you draw. I think this is a better one than this one. It sucks because. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get. Not great, but wow, we have been fortunate we haven't had to roll the red die, though.
Uh-huh. Now, there's a B side of the A deck, which is about rolling the red die, and then, of course, he's...
Yeah.
So he goes on the first adventure tile. I'm still shuffling.
I mean, he's only as strong as the people he's with.
Yeah, that's true. But he's wily.
Yeah. I think we got real lucky not drawing snakes. I think that was really fortunate.
So.
But yeah, there's definitely a good amount of time in that sand in that timer. Sand in that timer. This is cool. Oh, let me message Dave. Maybe we film this weekend. Not really eager to do that.
Let me double check the rule.
We need to get other games though. We have games in the queue, but we have many games that don't come out yet, or several games that don't come out yet. So haven't come out. One of them can go up in the next few weeks, but the other one I think has to wait till which we've played on the stream. What is it called? Diced Veggies, which I really love. I would love to do it again on the show.
Okay, good.
15.
You had me questioning myself, so I wanted to double check a rule, and I was okay.
Whee!
What?
Wow, okay. Well, they want us to do this Hero Scape thing. Is that here? No, Hero Quest. Right? Hero Quest. Yes.
This weekend?
No, because we weren't able to do this. I got to talk to Scott. Okay.
They want you to go for it.
They want you to go for it. Oh, come.
Look here.
They're digging in the wrong place. this for the old way.
Take back one kadam.
Yeah, I know, but I would like to know all the lines. I know that one.
For the God who's...
the Hebrew God who's this.
Who's...
I don't
For the
know.
Hebrew God who's something this is for, right?
Yeah. Something like that. It's great. It's all good.
Yeah.
What's his name? Lawrence Kasdan. What a great writer. Empire is fantastic. Too.
Did you just get here? Lethal squirrel.
Sort of. It's not really a deck building. We actually do build a deck in the
For one
phase
round.
1, and then phase 2 we have to play what we can to try to damage the villain. We have been fortunate that we were able to damage these 2 villains pretty quickly.
Right.
They start out with 10 and then 12 damage. I kind of doubted that Dietrich is weaker than Tote, but
There are so many cards.
like Nikki said, Tote's wily.
Taken me a while.
I feel like Indiana Jones' legs are a little too long, but maybe he's got tall legs. I mean, long legs, tall legs.
All right, here we go. Boop! Look at that deck with
Yeah,
all
it's
the
pretty big.
upgrades
So,
in it.
go ahead and draw 4, I
Me?
guess. Yeah,
Okay.
fine. Please be good.
One.
Yeah, not a snake.
I get 6,
yeah, not
2.
a snake.
3,
Yeah, not a snake.
4,
Yeah, not a snake. You probably did a
5.
better shuffle than me.
6. Woohoo! No
Okay.
snakes.
Okay, well, here I go.
Now you get
1,
4.
2, 3, 4. Fantastic.
Yay.
Nice shuffle, Nikki P.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, well, we got to do a lot of damage.
Who's going first? Technically, the expedition leader.
Well, you drew first. Go ahead and go first. My phone is ringing. I don't know who this is, but
What was our new one? Round 3. This one.
yep.
Draw 2 upgrade cards. You may play any number of cards. Should I do it right now? I mean, I do have 6.
If you have a good amount of attack, the problem is he's here and he's going to make you get rid of anything that you know what I mean?
Oh, that's
I
right.
feel like we should wait till he moves on.
All right, I won't.
I mean, you can do what you want.
No, I can
may
get
not
more
go.
cards in my hand and do that even better.
Yeah.
So
Fortunately.
draw an
I actually
action
have
and an
more
upgrade.
damage cards than I do, the cards that shift it.
Roll 2.
This looks like the Grail Diary. Come on, what's the Grail Diary?
2
doing here?
small ones.
It's too small anyway. Lightly. Okay. That was a bad roll, Nikki P.
Thank you very much.
But he didn't move.
Imagine if we hadn't defeated the other bad guy and we had...
Hey, I'm going over
Jewel's
here.
in there
I'm gonna draw an
already.
upgrade card. Your turn. X.
That's good I didn't go there.
Correct. We definitely want to avoid him. Because if
Yeah.
we're going to do any kind of damage, we now need those cards that were a fistful of nothing in the first round. We're going to need them to actually get through to be able to do as much damage as we need.
And I may play a card.
He sure melts fast.
There you go.
Awesome.
1. And roll 1. Little gem. This looks tipsy already, I must say.
I must say.
I
Okay,
must say.
so I'm going to go here with you, draw 2 action cards. Hope that they're nopes. Hope that they're certainly nopes. Okay, so I'm going to put these up front. And I'm going to Marcus Brody the situation. Right in
Damn.
the face.
Marcus is all over
Okay,
the place.
come on, one die. Don't put a gem in there. Boo.
Okay.
He's going to blend in. Oh, that's the other movie, too. Sorry.
Yeah. Reveal the top 3 cards. Should I do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one. You want the attack cards, right? That's all you're getting.
Okay, so
No snakies. But it doesn't matter.
1,
No good. No good.
2,
A 3.
a 3.
Yeah, you're done anyway. Okay.
Done
so
anyway.
Oh, they all go back.
I'll go back.
Okay, I'm going to do the same
Those
thing. Oh, you got to roll. Uno die.
Uno mas.
With any luck, he has the grail already. Ugh.
He'll blend in.
He'll blend in. I
Any
like-
language.
I like Sala, like, run. And he's like,
What?
oh, I've got the papers right here. And
What?
yeah. I'm going to do the same thing. 1, a 2, a 3.
A
Hey, look
3.
at that.
And a snaky snake.
When does it happen that we have to roll the snake
During
die?
the fast phase.
Okay,
During
cool.
the
Yeah, yeah,
timed
yeah, cool.
phase.
I just was remember. I mean, we haven't done it yet. That's the
No,
thing.
we've
been
been
fortunate.
kind of
I think
fortunate.
we're kind of good. We're pushing him to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn.
He is still there, I guess. Draw 2 action cards and you may play a card. Let's do that. 1 and 2.
And a 2.
1 and a 2. And a book. Boop.
Brody. Yeah,
Brody's
coming
that's what
to
I said. He's
delivering.
on it.
He's delivering. It's deliverance. Ugh.
Ugh. It's the last little one.
No, there's one more.
Okay. Are you
Still
ready?
not
I don't.
enough.
This is very tipsy this time.
Yeah, well, we're in trouble if it's... Okay. Okay, I'm doing the same thing. 1,
Are you following me?
a 2. So I can
Green
play...
or a book?
Okay, sweet. I'm going to do that. He's already down to 11. Not that that's great. And I'd roll a die. Come on, X. Hey, the big one. A big one. I'm so fortunate I rolled a big
Oh
one.
man, it went.
Okay.
It's going.
Yep.
Turn an action card and an
Don't bump
upgrade
the table.
card.
Nope. Arms off the
I know,
table.
arms off the table.
Woof. Okay, well, we're not going to make it. Unless you have a great hand so far.
I don't. Can you
Upgrade
hand me an
card, yep.
upgrade? I don't want to bump the table. And then I got to roll.
Come on, X. Yeah.
Boop.
You can deal with X. Okay, I need to move. Draw 2 upgrade cards. You may play any number of cards. I don't want to do that. Top 3. 1. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. 2. Ho ho ho. 3. Is that, how does that work when that comes up? Do I get nothing? I
Got
like it?
nothing.
I mean, do I
That
get
is-
to keep these 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of your 3. So
Okay.
instead of getting 3, you get.
Yeah, you get 1. Oh, that stays there though. That's good. Oof! Don't bump the table. I see it
Wait,
shaking.
which one did you do? Bury the rest. So he's buried.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, it's okay. He's at the bottom. Doesn't matter. It's the end of the game. Okay. And then roll the die. Come on, X. Whew. Okay, your turn. Don't roll things. I mean, it's gonna come hit me.
Draw 2 upgrade
The
cards.
good thing
You
is,
may
I think my
play
damage cards. Oh no.
any number.
One of them is. 2 of them are at risk.
Can you
Meaning.
hand me 2 upgrade cards?
Yes. Well, you don't want to lean into the table, Nikki?
I surely don't. And then I can play. You may play any number of cards.
Yeah, damage him. But you're gonna have to roll 2. So
Well, what I have to do
could
first.
be 2 big gems. Well, 1 big gem. Well, could
Well,
be 2.
here we go. I'm going to go for any number of cards.
Then why
That
don't you go for
seems
it?
nuts. I am going to switch
Did we miss a die roll?
yellow to yellow. Now we're on shovels.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to hit them.
Cool.
Then I'm going to
This is crazy.
I
This is
thought I
actually a
had
powerful
it.
card.
Darn it. That seems too powerful. Which is making me wonder if I read
do
a
you mean?
rule wrong
This
or
is correct.
something. All right. So I hit him for 1, and now I roll 2.
Did you move it to one space?
Yeah.
Is that all you can do? You can play as many cards. Can you switch it to anything else?
I don't have any more attack cards.
Okay. Wow, we're in trouble.
I could, if you want me to, switch it to something that'll work better for you.
Shovels are fine right now for me.
Okay. 2 littles, so I get the last little and a big.
Okay.
Let me make sure there's no...
I did it this time. I made sure that I didn't
This
mess
is
it
bad.
up.
I have no attack cards. This is bad.
I know. Well,
Here we go.
put it on this corner. Yes. And then
Now the big one.
Lightly. Nice job. Okay, great.
Darn it. Okay,
You go.
I
You go
can
first.
or cannot play. I don't have any attack cards. You said shovels
we're not
work for
gonna do
you,
it, yeah.
so I'm drawing a card. You
And
go.
hope it's a attack card. Okay, cool.
And it ain't.
Boo.
Okay.
Okay,
Tell
and
me.
then
You can keep playing.
okay, Okay. Characters don't matter, right?
Characters do not match.
Okay.
Only
And she's
objects.
Got, is it book or is
She
it color?
is blue only. She
Okay.
does not have an
I have to
object
stop.
in
Your
her
turn.
corner. What do you need me to turn it to?
Yellow would be great.
Okay, blue, yellow. Do I have a blue, yellow?
Any yellow.
Well,
I understand.
I have to be a blue.
I know.
Well, here's a blue, yellow,
Cool.
and I can't
Draw,
do
yeah.
anything else.
1 damage. 1 damage.
Okay.
I'm done. Wait. Yeah, I'm done.
Do you want me to stay with
I
yellow?
need to get to ring to be honest with you.
Ring?
Yeah, I only have one more. We have to
Ring.
like. I need it. Oh, sorry. The
Amulet?
yes.
What color?
It's no. There is no color. On
Okay.
This card. But you need to do
yellow?
whatever you can to draw a card.
Here's yellow amulet.
Okay. Draw a card. Okay. 1 damage. Draw a
Dang.
card.
I still
This
have
is
no
it.
attack cards.
Yeah. Neither. So can you just draw a card?
I did draw a card.
It's your turn. Can you draw a card if you can't play? I'm in the same boat. We
Do
have to
you
move
need
fast.
me to change or not?
I have no more attack.
Oh, dang. Hey, I got an attack, but it doesn't match.
Not yet. Okay, I got an attack. Now it's your turn.
Amulet. I need to get to red, but I need an amulet to get there. Oh my gosh.
Just draw a card if you can't do it. I can
can't
get
do
amulet.
it. I can't do it.
This puts us to book. This puts us to red. I'm done. Your turn. Oh, wait. Yeah, go what you're going to do.
Attack.
Yep.
And do you...
I need a
red?
hat.
You need a hat?
Hat blue would be great. Blue would be great. Hat would be
Blue.
great.
I have a hat.
Anything.
Hat.
Okay, cool. Damage. Your turn.
Ooh, we're almost out of time.
I know.
I don't have an attack. Is that good for you, or you want
No,
me to change?
we need attacks. Just draw. Just draw.
I'm trying to see if you wanted a thing.
Is this snake?
No.
Okay, draw. I don't have anything.
Okay. Attack 1.
Sweet. Draw.
You
Your
don't
turn
have
again.
anything still?
No, do you need it?
I don't have any attacks.
Okay, draw. We got it. It's getting close.
And
Snake?
out.
It's not out yet.
Okay.
There you go.
Go. Go.
Crap. Okay.
Nothing?
Red. I need to go to red.
All right.
It's almost out.
There.
Okay, one more attack. Oh, we
No,
did
we
it.
got it.
Holy crap. Okay, wow.
At the last
yeah, I know.
freaking
There's still
grain
sand
of
in there
sand.
too, though, now. Still, it's.
Well,
Thing is
it wasn't
yeah.
falling, but
Oops, wrong. Oh, that's right. Wow. Okay. Well, that was slightly easy-ish. I didn't think we were going to make it though. Actually, I thought we would not do it because we weren't drawing enough.
this is a huge hand to
I know.
have like no attacks
yeah,
in
that
it.
was that was my first round, right?
Look at this. I want to
Wow.
count how many cards I have that have no.
But we did dodge all the snakes. It's
We
amazing.
did. I
Where's the
kind of
next
wanted
one?
to see how that worked.
Hey, look, there was
though.
going to be 1 and 2. Good thing we did it then.
I have a lot of upgrade cards, and they're not
there's
attacks.
still many more snakes. I'm not really putting these on camera.
Here we go.
So the next one after this was going to be that. Then another snake. Yeah. So with more people drawing,
15.
I don't know. You're going to draw the same amount of cards.
15 cards.
Okay. But yeah, we got real fortunate. We did not get the snakes. I mean, that's where you're going to get hurt. Having to like get rid of all the, having to do this with Belloc would be rough too. Get rid of all your books. Wow, this is fun. Interesting.
What time is it?
It is 7:10.
Do you want to play again with the truncated or try the B-sides or something?
No, I don't. I mean, we can't go too late. I got
Okay.
stuff I got to do. Let's see here.
Well, do you want to show the B-sides of
Yes,
the
let's go over the
A's?
rest of the stuff. Let
So
me see here. I want to see if that message.
let me get these two out of the way.
Not that it matters.
Him
There
out
was
of the
another area
way.
code I do not know.
That's a round 2 and a round 3.
No, so I don't think there's any voicemail. There's no transcription. So
Okay, so these are all the round 1 adventure
Okay.
tiles on the A side, and then there's a B side. So when you play again, like we know the game, we could
Right.
choose between the
right,
A and
right.
the B
What's the other one?
and mix and
The
match
hidden
them.
base. Play a card to any one upgrade. Play a card to draw any one upgrade card. If you played a basic card, draw up 2 upgrade cards instead. But still 2. I think we got lucky getting 3 single die ones in the game.
Okay,
Because that was really like manipulating it, where we're only rolling 1 and hoping to just roll that X, right? The X is great, except for that it moves and it could hurt you. Especially Belloc is bad news.
I can't believe we didn't draw snakes during the timed
We're
round.
lucky. Play 2 cards to gain a power token. Wow, play 2 cards to gain a power token. Cool, but you still don't draw cards. Draw 2 action cards, activate the villain. Okay, so yeah, that one we know. Arc on the move. Draw 3 action cards and roll the torch die. Bury all cards from your hand that match the roll. Ugh. The Bantu Wind. Boy, that's a terrible one. That's the boat that they're on. Bury the top 3 cards. Okay, I saw that. No, this is different. Bury the top 3 cards of the upgrade deck. You may shuffle the action deck. Wow.
Wow. That would come in handy if you...
You may shuffle it, though, yeah.
Because one of those is you lose during the time round
downer about
if
that,
you
though.
don't have cards to
Sure.
draw.
The downer is you would definitely potentially need that. But like if we were playing that game, that last round where we both had no damage cards, and we were playing with other people, you could burn through that deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure side B is harder, Scott. What were the other 2? I think we checked out. Were those the only 2 cards that were...
Yeah.
Wow,
So then you put one for round 2, and it's double-sided, and then you put a new one for round 3, and that's double-sided.
the art is really great on these.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there's not much more to it.
That is it. Here, if you want to see.
Well, I believe you. Tuning in live from California. Hey, Marty. We are in California, too. And it is 7:15, so we're doing okay. That went quicker than I thought it might.
All right, let me double check.
That
well,
sand timer's crazy.
with the speed round, I did not time that. How long do you feel that was?
I feel that's pretty darn long. Let's actually do it
like
right now.
a minute or something?
Let's just do it right now.
30
and see what it
seconds?
is.
Double check I don't have any more upgrade cards left in here.
Okay, so let's go. I'm looking at a message here, so come on. The clock. We really had only seconds left there. That was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it was really, we were about to lose the game.
Oops, crap.
Bam! Well, yeah, it just sets on those forks so you can put it away.
Stopwatch is what I want.
Here, it's spread.
Yeah, I know.
It's spread on you.
Okay, so get all the sand in there because it definitely clings a little bit. There was actually quite a bit of sand when we tapped it still left in there. Okay, so here we go. It seemed like a long time. I felt like we were
Okay.
Field Guide to the Lost City of Tanis and its artifacts. That's
I
pretty
know,
funny.
that looks cool too. It
But
looks
like
like an
what-
old book.
Like there would be a-
It's really cool.
I guess if they made one when they found the city of Tanis. It's 21 seconds so far, Nikki P.
I think it might be a minute.
It's at least a minute. I bet you it's more like...
A minute 30?
I bet you it's at
Minute
least a
10?
minute 30. And I wonder if it like kind
Yeah,
of...
Lincoln's timing it right now.
Yeah, it feels like 3 minutes.
I think
Really?
kind of sand timers are never accurate.
I agree with you 100%. But I also don't think it really matters if it's unless it's tremendous, you know what I mean?
Right,
This
like,
is-
I don't- yeah, it doesn't make a huge difference.
Yeah, what's a few seconds, right? If it was another minute, I'm sorry, cutie.
That's okay.
You're like, you
Yeah, I
can bump the
remember,
table now.
Years ago, I was playing the Space Cadets game from Stronghold by
Yeah,
Jeff
with all the
Engelstein.
timers, yeah.
Yeah, and it has that app timer, and me and my friends discovered that the sand timer allowed you more time than the app timer did.
Oh,
it's
so
like,
you
we'll use the
gamed the
sand timer.
game. You gamed
Yeah.
the game. Yeah, it's cool though. I don't. There's some where there's massive problems. What?
No, I'm wrong. Never mind.
You thought we might have messed up?
I thought it gave you the time.
Oh, how long it is? Well, we're at a minute and 30 now, and I think Scott's right. I think we're more than halfway through.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you either.
Minute 40.
It just says assemble the round timer. It doesn't say the round is this long.
Zing. Yeah, me too. The cooperative games are pretty interesting, and I agree. I think the dexterity element of this is actually pretty fun. I mean, that first round was ridiculous. We had almost every stone on there, did we not? Every jewel. Right, Nikki P?
Yeah,
Hey, it's going to be done before 3 minutes, I think.
I double checked that too because you made me nervous. It seemed too easy being able to talk. But in red, it says players may share information freely
How would you be
throughout the game and may even choose to keep their cards face up in front of them. So,
Well, just to actually be accurate.
If you were playing with more than just the two of you, you know that would be harder because there's more, crosstalk.
yeah, that's true.
So it's basically 240, almost 240.
240.
Yeah. I almost feel it should be a little shorter, but it probably isn't that case when you have more players.
I think when you have more players, it gets more confusing. Because then you have people shouting,
Yes.
like you said.
We think this game's fun. Retro Gaming 84, Game Gal 84.
Yeah, it was fun.
This is really fun. I don't know where this one's available, if it's Amazon, and we just got it sent to us. It showed up on Tuesday when we got...
I saw it at Target.
Actually, I think it might have been on... Okay, it might have been on...
Well, if it's a Target, then it might be exclusive initially.
It's a Target thing.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. But yeah, this is fun. It's interesting. I would like to play with the other characters. Indy being able to go to where the bad guy is very powerful. Like, it means, as long as you're not where he lands, which happened to me once or twice, but I feel it's going to be harder with more players. Because there's going to be more villain movement before your turn. Which is very exciting, actually. The timer is really cool. I love this. I mean, I love that we got so many in there before it flipped. It's really, really neat. Such a cool little gadget. It's a gimmick. I guess it's another gimmick for the...
It's a game gimmick, but I like it.
Brothers Murph's
it's fun.
Gimmick video. That was a fun video, too, by the way. They actually forgot... remembered one game, because I was reviewing it to post it, and they did not mention
I can take
Dodo.
it off the thing.
Yeah, you can also probably put it on. You won't be able to see the green Anubis heads.
Dodo never got a stateside release, did it?
No, it did not. We did a stream with them. We were filming. I think we were filming Origins, the first Builders. I think if that's the name of it. And we took a break in the middle of the game. Poor Derek had to edit all that. In the middle of the game, actually, I think I might have cut it out. And then Christoph, because we didn't actually have English rules, and Christoph was. We can stack stuff in it, see how long it takes. Christoph, we had to get a hold of him in the middle of the stream to tell us like what we were, because there was just something that we weren't getting right about that game, and then I think we played that plus that something else plus that on the stream, which was really fun. And they remember that during the discussion video, during the end of their discussion, like the wrap up. They're like, "Oh, Dodo, such a fun game with a major gimmick." Okay, so let's start with just the little guys. See how far. There's only 7 of these. I wonder if that's accurate. It probably is.
Sure, because it has a game, toy.
I'm tossing them in there too.
Toy element to it for sure.
Oof. Ooh.
Woo!
Wow.
Whoosh.
So that I was tossing them in there too, but I think our placement was pretty particular that first round.
I was worrying about where to play. You pretty much loaded the whole entire first one. I was not getting a lot.
We made it to the bulk of the gems. I want to see. Let's go with the large ones this time and see how far we get.
Only large?
Well, first. But yeah, this showed up, and we were happy to get it because I wanted to see what. Ooh.
It's already ready to go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow, man! As long as you can avoid those big ones.
The big ones.
Wow. Let's do that again. Let me try to do my strategic, delicate placement.
Lincoln's just going to play this game.
Are all different sizes?
No, there's 2 different sizes. So there's 7 small ones and 5 large ones.
So when you roll the die, there's a big gem, little gem.
I hadn't noticed that.
Ooh, I touched it.
No touching.
No touching.
You're not allowed to touch. Look
Ah.
at you.
Boy, you don't want to do all the big ones.
the hardcore gamers, to avoid the touch influence factor, they would like probably set up one of those marble runs to drop the gems in so the gems can fall.
Yeah,
in
but that would really hit it hard, dude. And the inertia from the thing would push it over, which would be bad
It'd have
news.
to be like straight.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know,
talking
man.
like the toy ones that have like the little bowls, so you would drop it in the bowl, so it just it spins around in the bowl. And then
I mean,
just
I know
drops
that
in.
game. We have a bunch of that stuff. I don't know. Wow, so we got lucky with it. We didn't place that many. We had a lot of luck. The fact that we didn't have to place a bunch of big gems is huge.
And the snakes with the torch.
Oh, it's already raining, man. How did we do that? How did we do that? Maybe we've loosened it up. Maybe that first run it was just tight.
I was playing with it.
I know, I'm sure you played with it. And I played with it before we even ran, so I don't know. Maybe it was just my placement. I was being very delicate.
You were filling in all the gaps.
I was definitely filling in the gaps. Because I think we had a few big ones, small ones, before we got to the big ones. I touched it. I don't want to touch it. You definitely can't get all of them in. We came close. I think we had one left. I don't know how the heck we did it though. Wow, so there you go.
See, that's how you did it.
Bam! But I touched it there.
There it goes, yeah.
I touched it with my finger by accident.
I like
I'm
this
clumsy.
dirty way you're doing it where the gems are like spilling out as it spins.
Well, I had them in there pretty hefty, right? Like I had a lot of them. One of them, when we played the first round, one of them was barely in the bucket. I can't remember whether it was a large or a small one, but one of them was just like hanging there. So that I think that element actually puts a little bit of a lot of chaos in the game where you can't really judge how much you can put in. There's like no known weight that you can do. Like, okay, we can do this many smalls and this many large.
Bigs. Yeah. Well, you
That's
can't even
awesome.
do it anyway because it's all on the whim of what you roll.
Target exclusive. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it came out last month. I think they released these. They had like 3 games, I think, that they put out.
I don't want to just speak out of turn, but I feel like pretty much almost everything Funko does, other than Funko.
It's not though, because they did that one game that we played on the stream a couple months ago. The Star Wars Rivals. That's a Walmart exclusive. So I mean,
okay.
I think these publishers nowadays, to actually get the right kind of print runs to make these work, an exclusive is one way they can do that.
Well, when they're tied to an IP like this, you need that big, the big
run,
box draw.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, here's the reality. If it's available at Target, I mean, at least in the United States, I don't even think Target's in Canada anymore.
Nope.
If you get it at Target, into Target, it's going to be available to a lot more people. That's for sure, provided they actually have stock. No Targets in Canada. Yeah, I remember they were there for a short time and they just overexpanded or something and shot themselves in the foot.
Can you order online and ship to Canada though?
Maybe. I don't know that I don't know. It's interesting because I know that folks from Europe also. I mean, whenever the Germans come to town, they go to Target. They want to go to Target and look at the games that are available. We actually, when Christoph and Steph were here last year, we took them to Target, and they went to Target on their own, I think, as well. Oh no, we took them there. They were very excited because we played Planted, and they wanted that. And
that's right.
I think Christoph might have bought Rear Window.
I think he did.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have room in my suitcase, but I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I had never seen the film before. That game was great.
Have you seen the movie since?
Yeah, I rented it on Prime and watched
It's good. It's a good movie. It's tense, man. It's a teepee. It's a wigwam. It's too tense.
It's 2/10 of a percent.
We gotta have a look at too. Yeah, I mean, Target's an interesting store. It's pretty good, and we don't go there as often as we used to. But they do have things like sometimes that you can't get anywhere else. Not just
sometimes.
games, just other things. And we're
I like to just check and see what's there. Usually, right now though, I'm checking every week because I'm hunting for the next wave of the Super Mario Brothers movie action figures. But,
oh, cool. Well, the downer is we've been there, and the game section, at least at the store nearest to us, is not very good. The game section at the one
they shrink it down. That's
probably for the summertime, I imagine, maybe, which seems weird.
Oh yeah,
because,
maybe.
But it seems like there'd still be some kids playing games in summertime. So I don't know. At least I would have.
Yeah, ours, the one by
Nerdy
my
me.
house, it's literally across the street from my neighborhood. When you get to the main road, the game section's been pretty consistent. Like, you know, it's got all the the toy kids games on one end, then you hit like the Uno Trouble stuff, and then all the all the Funko Exploding Kittens and like the D&D stuff is all on one end, and that bumps up next to the Disney toy aisle.
Well, it was weird because
the one where I'm at, it stays pretty consistent sideways, but I have seen some of them where they bump the board game section up against like the seasonal toy section. So like it's swim toys, and then in the winter there's like more board games over there.
Oh, okay.
Sure, that's probably kind of how it is here too.
Yeah.
Round 3, round 2. This guy.
Yeah. It says fisticuffs. I think it's more than fisticuffs. He was trying to kill Indy with his fists.
Yeah.
When I saw that scene, that traumatized me as a kid. I mean, I know they don't show anything.
I know, but it is pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, I was just
Pretty
like,
harsh.
what happened to that guy? Whoa.
His face was chopped up.
More than that, I think he was
Yeah.
pretty messed up.
A
Yeah, they
meat
don't show
pile.
anything of it.
Yeah.
Just some blood. A meat pile, blood splatter.
Yeah, it's gross. What's your favorite party game? I'm going to a birthday party this weekend, and they like games but are newer to modern games.
Just one.
Yeah, Just One's great. So Clover's pretty good, but Just One's good because so is Codenames. Codenames Duet is really good with as a party kind of a thing because people can jump in.
Codenames Duet, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's the easiest one for others to like be involved in because it's cooperative. You know what I mean? So everybody can kind of chime in and join in as they come around.
And my answer to that question that will shock no one is Similo.
Similo? Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's not
even
technically a
Similar.
party game, but it plays any play count. So
Yeah, Just One is good. Just One's really good. And So Clover's great, but it's not a large group game.
And it's not as easy for non-gamers, I think.
But it's really good. But Just One is way cool. What else? There's more. We know other good party games.
yeah,
Well,
I've
that
gotten
new
so
one,
much
Fun
So
Facts,
Clover log.
13
Yeah, Fun Facts
words.
is pretty good. 13 Words is pretty good. Fun Facts is probably gettable, but 13 Words, I don't know how
You don't
easy
know?
it is to get. I'm sure
Okay.
it's distributed by Asmodee in North America. The Fun Facts was fun, but Dave messed up the scoring, which is a downer. We should have known better, but we hadn't played the game for 5-6 months when we played it. We actually got, so we knew the nominees, and we had Deborah come 2 weeks in a row before we left. Is that right? No, wasn't before we left.
She was
but anyway, so
free
we
on
got
Mondays.
2
That's all I
Mondays, and so we were able to film all the SDJs we hadn't done. So we had done a lot. We did Planet Unknown, although we filmed it well before with Gabby, well before the nominees were announced. But we were just eager to play it. But once we found out it was nominated, we held on to it. Although I think it was like episode 2 or 3 of Game Night after, and I think it was 2, and then Dorfromantic. I mean, we rushed those out because we needed episodes, but additionally, I didn't want to, since we weren't under the pressure that we normally are with the Kinderspiele having to come out so quickly after BGG Spring, I actually think we did a better job spacing it out so that we're not doing an avalanche of videos, and doing both the discussion videos. It's sad that we didn't actually have others in the discussion video because Rusty was prepared. He had played all the children's games. And which was a bummer. It was also great that Rusty was there. Everybody got to see him. So we're going to try to have him come over. I will write him and see if he has any available time.
What one's Skull?
What?
Skull?
Where's the Skull thing? Oh, that game? I've never played it.
Yeah.
Cool art, though.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that like it. I think it's fine. It just I've never thought of that game as like stellar. Like it's
Okay.
It's fine. you know.
Yeah, I don't think I've had the opportunity to play it. God, you're lucky. That would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Because what it would probably do is hit our attack cards.
Yeah.
Well, that's where you want those attack cards with nothing on them. Thank goodness there's not a color on here too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, well, there almost is. There's yellow, blue, and it's just yellow and blue, kind of. Even though I think it's supposed to be white.
That's white.
It's more.
It's
so I watched a
colors.
really great video today. So I had said on our my paint stream last time, which was Tuesday, that white paint was larger pigment, and black was a bigger pigment. It's
bigger
backwards.
pigment. White's smaller.
White
pigment.
is very tiny, and black is very
molecules.
very
We're talking
large.
about
Yeah,
molecules.
those molecules. So black does a better job of covering than white, and so GW's whites are never white because they put a little black in it, so it covers better.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a fine example because that is not white. They probably want it to just go in there and cover it as best they can.
Yes.
It looks pretty white, but it is not white. But yeah, it was a great one on the painting phase, which is a new-ish channel of some folks that were from GW, Games Workshop. But the really cool thing is they interviewed a guy on a recent one who was one of the product developers for GW and answered so many questions and confirmed many things I kind of deduced. And it was really impressive, really cool, interesting video. And the guy he had quit 7 years ago, and he discovered them by looking up a video to see the best way to paint yellow because he was painting some Eldari. Ooh, look at that! That would have been awful.
Yes, it would have.
We used all our good mojo on these dice. It's going to be real bad when we play it, but that's good. We want to lose. It's best for me.
One question I did have, and no one has posted in the forums: what happens if you roll 2 X's? Does he move 2 spaces and then do his bad thing, or does he move 1 space, do a bad thing, and 1 space, do a bad thing? I'm glad that didn't come up in our game because rules don't
Hughes
cover
and Q's,
that.
Depending. Oh yeah, Hughes and Q's is cool. We've played it for Thanksgiving. We played it on the tablet. You know, the big arcade one-up Infinity table, Infinity game board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to them. I've been looking at their releases, and there's been nothing exciting game-wise, but we should talk to them. I mean, they got us the darn thing. But we played that one during Thanksgiving, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wavelength is great, but it's hard.
Hughes and Q's though, with the caveat that you don't
Colorblind.
if you're like super competitive, you don't want to play that game. Because if the journey you want to go on is discovering just how differently folks see different objects, different shades of a color,
Yes.
then that's a great experience for you. But if you're looking for like a game where you can be like definitively right or wrong, Hughes and Q's is not your game.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot of
kind of
really
like fun facts. It's like if you want to like learn fun stuff about you, but if you're looking for like a competitive edge of like someone's, it's like yes,
Well,
I've got this or no, I don't.
Fun Facts is cooperative, so it doesn't really.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Fun Facts is co-op. Yeah.
So it's not such a bad thing.
You got it off.
I just want to have the faces facing us, the Anubis faces.
At the top,
So
yeah.
how do you do-
I bite you.
Yeah. I like to be definitely right. Party games are fun when they're co-op because no matter the skill level of the person involved, it's okay. Like
What was Scott into a few years back? And he played it so much he saw all the cards, so he knew how to do it. And you had the letters in front of you.
Was that the
Or
word?
the questions?
The one from the Inca and Marcus Brand?
Maybe.
I can't remember what it's called. That one's pretty cool.
Oh, this sounds familiar. We streamed this. I can't think of what it is.
Yes. And it
Did we? Where it's 2 tables each side, and we're doing the thing on each side, or something else?
everybody's plays, I believe.
Oh. Maybe
And they have a
Scott
row
might
of
not be there.
questions or a row of letters.
Huh. Well, we haven't done... So a new one that's coming soon, which won't be here in time for this weekend, is Sides. It's from the same... It's basically from the same... It will be an episode soon. It'll be a game night soon. It's the same people that did just... I mean, so Cedric Coman, they sold Decrypto? No, I don't think
No,
it's
it
Decrypto.
wasn't a crypto.
No,
they,
it's not the crypto.
they sold it to Asmodee, and so I think Cedric basically bowed out when they got bought or soon after. But Thomas, the other founder of publisher, stuck around, like trying to be the main developer, like the head of development for the company. Like, not even that, it was even higher than that. But he started a new company called Captain Games, and they did last year a game called 13 Words, which is pretty darn good.
It is pretty darn good.
But then they have Sides. We played it with Dave and Deborah. It is basically like cooperative password. And Scott really has played it a bunch since we tried it. I think he tried it in January. He played it in prototype, and then we got a early production copy, and so we used that to film it. And it's good. It's neat. It's Dave and Deborah played it as two to see how it would go as a two-player game, because I'd heard that it was. I talked to Cedric at BGG Spring and Aurelian. It's not Aurelian. What is his name? Anyway, the other guy that runs. Gosh darn it, I know his name. Don't pick. And they said it was really good with two players, and so Dave and Deborah played it, and it is really good with two players.
Okay.
So it looks to me like that one would be a fun game to get, and it's pretty simple. You just have you seen that one yet, Derek? Sides?
No, I other than when I just tested the project to make sure it was good before you
Okay.
left. No, I haven't.
So the way it works is it's you have 7 cards with letters on them. This is called Sides, yes. With letters on them. So it could be one letter, it could be multiple letters. If it's like Q, U, and Z or whatever, I don't think they have Z in there. But it's like sets of letters that you need to choose one from each side. And the deal is Scott just put a link to it. So you're going to pick one from either side and then come up with a word that'll clue the 2 people that round that are trying to guess that word. Everybody else knows the word except them. And the way you'd communicate as the side's giving the clues, you say, I got a word that's got 9 letters. I got a word that's got 13 letters. And you kind of want to go with some of those because they generally are more specific. And it is really, really cool. So you have only those 7 clue cards to give to solve. So it's kind of like just one where it's however many cards you've completed that tells you how well you did in the game. So if you can skip those ones on the end and choose one inside, but what happens is then you must pull those cards out that you skipped, or however many cards you skipped, and then it just keeps contracting till you have fewer cards. Then at the end of the round it fills back up to 7. And the thing is you only have a certain amount of cards. You have a bunch of cards that you can get answers for, but you only have a certain amount of cards, like 35 cards or something like that, that you'll have for the letters for the total game. So you really don't want to burn them off. It's pretty great. When you play the 2-player version, I think you have 2 cards. I think I can't remember. We watched them, but I was like busy trying to get stuff together. 26
Right.
total. That's not a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Especially when you have 7 per round. So you want to get them as quickly as possible and keep the cards. And then you just keep going. If you're less than 7, you have another, and somebody solved it, then you just have 4 cards or whatever to try to guess that word in. It's pretty great. We didn't do that well with it. What was the other one that we played?
Well, that's not a hat.
Well, that one is a great game, but that one is Scott is done with that one.
I know.
That one is a crazy memory game that is just it's hilarious. If you watch the discussion video, I talked about it a little bit, the SDJ, because it was on the recommended list. The one that he designed that was nominated is Fun Fact. Same designer,
Yeah.
Casper Lap. It's been great today. We definitely have. That's cool. I'm glad that you watched them. The kids' videos did not get. I mean, they're the
They
kids'
never
videos.
do.
People don't watch them. It's too bad because those are fun games.
It is too bad. Because those can be party games.
Yes.
Boy, howdy.
One of my favorites. I think I talked about. I did talk about it in the SDJ video about Push-A-Monster.
Yeah.
It's not
You
really a
always
party
bring
game.
up
Push-A-Monster.
Push-A-Monster.
Push-A-Monster's a great game. It's not even available anymore, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Although you might be able to find a copy somewhere. I don't think it was really very. It it was nominated, but it didn't win. The winner that year, I have a grudge about it because
Spinderella.
it's Spinderella, which is a fun game, but I prefer Push a Monster. And I think I was the only one.
And boy, that could be easily turned into your drinking game. By the way,
I was the only one that picked it. I think too when we were picking. You guys all picked Spinderella, and I was like the one goofball.
Because of the
Believe
toy
me,
factor.
I know. Wait till you see. I mean, we'll see what happens on Sunday night, but or Sunday morning for us. I'm sure. I'm betting you we didn't get that many right.
No, I was very confused this year.
If Gigamons wins, which I honestly feel it has the best chance, but I really like Mysterium Kids. I think that's a neat game. So I don't.
I think Mysterium Kids was something that was the most interesting to me of
for sure
games. I didn't get to play any of them, but just kind of like walking around the tables at BGG Spring and just kind of like reading over the rules and going like, how does this work? And like that one, I felt like with my kids that are on the autism spectrum, I feel like that one has the best shot at appealing to them. You know.
That's cool. Well, they're into sound and stuff too, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're really good at mimicking pitches and sounds and things like that.
Scott,
and well, like for example, like when they want to make like thunderstrike sounds, instead of like most other neurotypical kids that just go, to make that sound for thunder, they actually go really hard because in their head, that big boom is what they're hearing.
Okay,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Scott, he's the most interesting for adults, not for kids. Not kids, I think he says, but I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. I mean, the funny thing is the ones that we picked that the jury would pick. It was 7-1 each set.
Each set. Yeah.
In the not kids games, by the way. I think you guys all picked Gigamons and I picked Mysterium Kids, and then Tashi's first. I'm like, you're right. It's going to be Gigamons. So I picked Gigamon. I mean, I basically hedged my bet, right? But I'm going to stick with Gigamons. I think it's got a good chance of winning. It's fun. For the SDJs,
I enjoy memory games. I know, like, because I like as demonstrated with That's Not a Hat. It's like memory games are very niche. Like you either love it or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're either good at it or you're not. And
well, it's the hilarious. It's hilarious when you can't remember, but it's not hilarious when Scott had this happen to him. 1, 2, 3. He just couldn't remember, and he just got horked because everybody knew. He didn't know what he had, right? Because he had so much stuff coming at him, he was unable to really figure it out. Because what it is you look at a card, then you flip it over, and then you don't pass that one immediately, or do you? You do pass that one immediately.
That one you
immediately send that one off. It's now upside down. You say, here, take this blah blah blah. So the next person has to remember that, but you also have to remember what you had. And if Scott got hit and then had to draw a new card, he now has 2 cards he doesn't, he just sent the one he does know, and now he has a card he doesn't know. So if anybody questions him at all, he's going to get hit again. But it's really fun. It's really goofy and fun.
It works like a conveyor belt. So you draw and then look, and that one goes on top.
It tells you which way to
pass
it.
And then the bottom one is...
the one that you...
Well, your old one goes,
Yeah,
your old one goes.
Well, not when you draw a new one, though.
But not when you draw a new one.
Which is weird to me. But I guess they don't want to bail you out, is what's going on in that game.
They want you to mess up and forget.
I mean, kids would be... we actually should play that with Tashi and see how that goes.
So
Scott, I had a 1 in 7 chance of getting it right. I think it's even worse than that, Scott, just based on how bad it was. You had like a 0% chance. But it was funny because one of the ones he called was visible on the other side of the table in one of the games. It was maybe not Scott. Somebody called it, and I'm like, it's right over there, so that's definitely not the card.
When we filmed it, did you put that out yet?
What? We haven't filmed...
that hasn't hit my desk yet. So.
No, we haven't filmed.
Okay.
I wanted to do it with several people, but That's Not a Hat. We haven't filmed it yet.
Oh, okay.
I would love to. I really would have loved to film with the whole bunch of people we had over for the SDJ discussion. We had 8 people. It's tight, believe me. Having that many people at the table's challenging. I saw Derek did a good job of cutting away from us bumping the cameras.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Nikki and I are
like
just so close.
Right up on the camera.
It wasn't even that. They're up high, so we just bumped into them. So I was so we only have 6 microphones. And so we put the 2 people that are the loudest to not have a microphone. And so I was constantly monitoring them because if they sounded quiet to me, because no matter whether Dave has a microphone or not, it's always like this. hey, you know, I mean, his microphone, he'll hit it when it's here, it's very loud, then he's away, you can't hear him barely at all. If he's by himself on the end of the table. So we sandwiched him between two people, and we sandwiched Candace between two people. And the two of them are definitely, they're performers. They're able to project. And so Candace actually, I think, worked perfectly fine. Dave was a little quiet. But Candace, and I think, you know, Candace she's got some lungs. And but yeah, it was kind of rough. I don't really want to do that, but they're so expensive to buy those microphones. It's really silly. I need to actually look and see if I can get the receivers for cheapish. And then maybe we can add, because we can add 2 more. We have 2 more transmitters, but we only have 6 receivers. So, but that's the only time we ever need them. The other reason we kind of need to buy some is they're all starting to get tired. They're like 12 years old now, or nearly 12 years old, and they are starting to, like the whip antennas are starting to disintegrate and things like that. But they're just so expensive to buy. I had Paul Grogan write to me because he's having problems with rubbing against the fabric and stuff. I'm like, I need to look at his videos and see, because I've never looked to specifically see about the microphones. But he was saying he has tons of problems. And I'm like, what is going on? Because we don't have, I mean, yes, sometimes we have it. It's particularly bad when it's down here and you have a shirt and you lean over and it rubs against your shirt. That's the biggest problem. I think this is the best location for the stuff. But they also, when the pros tape it inside your shirt, you know, and I don't want to deal with that.
Like right here inside.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to deal with that because I don't want to be going up, putting my hands up anybody's shirt, or, you know, Deborah would be able to do it. Most people would probably be able to figure out how to tape it on themselves. But it's just another level of stuff I don't want to deal with, and this is just easier.
Yeah, the whole thing is wireless. Yeah, there's an old saying, "Oh, wireless is more," and
there's definitely some truth to that.
Yeah,
but
I almost wonder if you should just. I mean, I haven't been there out to the studio since 2019,
2020, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe you should look into just getting hardwired packs, and if you have a way to manage the cabling or use a stage box or something under the table.
Here's the deal.
And that way you just clip those to the chairs, and then people.
It's mostly pretty good. It's mostly pretty good, and I feel it's good enough. Where adding cable management to the whole thing, it's no fun with me. You see when I have to jump up and do something on the cameras, I'm like spinning around and doing all this stuff to try to keep plugged in so I can hear you. That's a different thing. We don't have to hear it, but. The only issue we have is interference, occasionally, and it's really not that often. We're very fortunate it's not that bad. We're kind of far away from anything else that might interfere with us, and other than the weird transient stuff we occasionally get, I still don't quite understand. I feel that some of the packs are too close to each other in range, or maybe there's like certain frequencies that kind of interfere with each other potentially. But it's all stuff. It's
entirely possible that some frequencies are hitting the receiver at a perpendicular.
Well, that's the other thing. The antennas kind of all need to be pointing up, and they don't. Yeah. These do, the packs on the end of the table, but ours don't. I have mine like on my body up, but when it gets to me, it's now at an angle, right? That's where if you put them in your back, where people do them all the time in the back, then they would probably be pointing up. Except right now my pants are halfway down my butt, so then they'd be pointing at an angle, you know. So
it's never fun sitting in a chair with a belt pack on your.
That's the other thing. You can't sit back and you bang in and destroy the chair. The chair's already banged up because we've had people put the packs on the back. Them. But it's all a challenge. But anyway, so yeah, we had the 8 of us, and I would really have loved to have played some games. One of them being I wanted Fun Facts to be with more players, and. What was the other one I was dying to play? Definitely that one. Whatchamacallit would have been fun.
Sides.
No. Well, Sides too would have been good with 8, but that's not a hat.
Did you actually want to try Challengers? Yeah.
Or Challengers. We actually were going to try to do that so that we could actually play it with multiple players.
Yeah.
We really should have done. I thought, we'll play it at the filming. But we should have done it at BGG Con because we didn't. The problem was people needed to leave. We couldn't start till noon for the SDJ. We filmed the Kinderspiel stuff that morning, and the discussion. We went. We were done before they all got. Mostly before they all got here. but it was just we had to film the intros, and I had a crowd watching me try to do the intros terribly. By the way, if you notice, there's 2 mistakes, and I didn't bother to fix them because it was too hard. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't bothered. I'm just not good at doing the intros, and so yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, by that time we were packed. So it was the most people we've ever had in this room, I think, because we had
Really?
10.
Even during like that 24-hour
I feel like
live
that's more
stream?
than we've ever had, because we've had.
Well, yeah. How many did you have when you played Obscurio? Was that 8?
I think that was like 6 or 7 or something.
I mean that was.
I think that was like 7, maybe. It was not 8. It was Dave, Aaron, Deborah, Christoph, maybe Rusty, Nikki, and me. That's 7. I think that's correct. 7's a lot too. When we've done those, we do have one wired pack that is a Audio Technica pack. It might be better now with this setup, but it was terrible sounding. It kind of needs to be one in the middle. It's just not a good microphone, I think, ultimately. And I don't think you could change that microphone. It might be.
Oh,
built
it's not
into
the
pack.
it's not this. Audio Technica, they might have their own thing. Yeah.
Well, I don't even think it was. I think it was wired to the pack. So, and I made it because I was down at the end of the table. I made it so that I could plug in, but I didn't want to do that this time.
Touched an Audio Technica like lapel mic. For Audio Technica, I've always used their stuff for instruments. So I've never.
We have more of
never
We
used
had
any
more of those. I think they're like somewhere at the warehouse, maybe. But I do wish
Audio
we had.
Technica is what I was my go-to for budget for making strings. That's like what I know. Strings and a grand piano. Audio Technica makes good stuff. For cheap.
Interesting. Well, they're not so good for the
Okay.
people voices, but
People
yeah,
voices.
it's fine. I mean, I can. My problem with mixing something like that, if it's deficient and it's on me, I'm never going to hear it. I cannot tell when
Yeah.
there's a problem. If it's another person, I might do a better job at it. But the reality is I don't even get to experiment with 4 people with 4 microphones in the room, right? I don't.
And you really can't with what we're doing because we're all sitting around the same table, so like, all the mics are so close together. There's so much bleeding and that stuff.
Oh, there's
anyway,
no
so it's
isolation.
Like
I
any
understand
engineering
that.
you do is going to be probably more detrimental than helpful.
But the one thing I would like to do, but the reality is the packs move around the table unless we always had them in the same position. 1 and 4 are. 2 and 3 might change based on whoever last used the pack. But what?
I put the snake up.
Why'd it have to be snakes? So but the challenge is just like, I would like to have people in the room so that I could, I don't want anybody coming over here and not filming, right? That's the number one priority. And I would like to just try to deal with the interference, right? That's my biggest thing. And I really can't do it unless I have people wearing it. Because me setting the pack up or something like that is not enough.
There's so many things that you can't recreate when you're by yourself, like because you don't have everybody's phones, you don't have, and you obviously don't have the bodies in the chairs.
Exactly. Well, and when you were here, you monkeyed with it was the old mixer, on your own. Like I was busy with something else, and you were out here working on that, and then I'd come out and help you, but I was hoping that you and I could work together on figuring that stuff out. You know what I mean? I'm always like dreaming I'll have somebody else that's technically capable to work with me on it. Even though I don't know audio, but you sort of do. You know what I mean? You know a little bit more than even probably I do ultimately. But yeah,
I did not know your
challenging.
mixer. That mixer was completely new to me. I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, it's a weird mixer. We don't use that anymore now. So I like
Yeah.
that mixer though. It's got some really, really amazing stuff to it. But we were having interference. I think, so I read about micro-oxidization, and I think that whenever I cleaned it out, like I used the pipe cleaners and I used the deoxit on the connectors, everything was fine. And I would get like 6 months and it would be fine, and then it would be bad again. But we were nervous about it. We just were having some serious troubles with it, and so we switched to this Zoom mixer, which is pretty cool. Although I sort of dropped it, I caught it, and then banged my hand as we were locking everything away while we were away. But it's a cool little mixer, man. It's not as advanced as that other mixer, but it's way more traditional. Even though you don't have a bank of controls for each channel, you assign it. Then you adjust it. It remembers it for that channel. So you have a separate set of controls that will affect each one of them when you select it. So it's pretty neato. cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm still
Anyway.
using my Behringer XR12. I miss my Midas. My Midas
What was the Midas
went
one?
out on me during the pandemic, and the production issues. I could never get another one, so I just live with the Behringer now. I trust Behringer products for 5 years, and then I'm like, be ready to replace it after 5 years.
Huh.
Oh.
My brother is like, I mean, we have the Behringer speakers in the house, and they seem to, I mean, they're speakers. They're not going to wear what, but I had a Euro style mixer from them that was pretty good, and I had a Mackie mixer.
Well, my old job, I worked a lot with Mackie boards because those were in all the video control rooms. But and this is back in the days when everything was still just analog. I haven't messed with Mackie digital, but Mackie boards always. I've never seen a Mackie board that didn't have 1 or 2 bad channels.
Huh. Well, this one,
That's weird.
mine didn't, but my board was like 6 or 8.
Yeah,
You know, what I mean, it wasn't
Every
massive.
venue I went into one that had one of those, there was like tape on it that said broken, on 1 or 2 channels. I've never seen a Mackie board just be working.
Wow.
That's weird. I think we had a Mackie one. BGG had one.
Maybe
Or
they're
maybe
just
Scott had one and they
delicate.
spilled something on it. I don't know. Anyway, it's almost
that
8,
back when
which
he
means
used
we
to
can't
do a
raid the
podcast?
Brothers Murph. What else is out there, Derek, that we can raid?
Let's take a look. See.
I like that.
Let's see. So Gen Con looks like they're doing some
That was
RPG
when I
stuff.
was
Bonds is
wake up.
Bonds is on and Defoob is on. Defoob.
Let's go to Defoob,
Defoob. Yeah.
if we
We'll
can.
go and say hello to them. So.
Well,
That's
anybody,
where
if
we'll be heading.
I mean, we're both on YouTube, and I have destroyed equipment with wine before. Okay, that's why that was my memory of that. It's a good thing you don't drink anymore, but you can also destroy it with water. So anyway, yeah, if you can, if you're on Twitch, you can join in on the raid. Sorry for the folks at YouTube, but thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
It was really great. We had a lot of people chatting, which is wonderful.
Can you clear the chroma key?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
And I
Makes my
hope
life a little bit easier. It's one less button I have to push.
I hope
just
everybody
goofing
has a
around.
great weekend, and hopefully we get to see the Indiana Jones movie before it's out of the theaters.
I don't
mean,
know.
it'll be on Disney Plus soon enough, but I still want to see it in the theater. I've never not seen one in the theater. I really want to go. So I saw the third one in Boston. That's how much we wanted to see it. So we saw it at the
Wow.
best theater in Boston, and it was not anything like Hollywood theaters. Anyway, everybody have a great weekend. Say hello to Defoob for us, and hope to see you next Tuesday morning. We'll be here at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We'll figure out what to play in the interim and
I have to learn something else.
have something else that we enjoy. Bye, everybody. Take care.
All right, see ya.